Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand. Call devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, bang, got my hand, call
Whew, my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I had a little emergency there. I'm sitting here just chilling, just like looking at the screen, and I checked my bamboo, and I was like, it's like, oh my goodness! I literally had to just drop this and like skirt, like coyote roadrunner, just man. Whew, my apologies. That would have been interesting. Let me just do this one thing uh, for the vine. Do it for the vine. Y'all remember that? Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Oh man, old school. Y'all probably don't even know. Anyway, okay, all right, moving along. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Like, good gracious, man. Woo, my whatchamacallit is, you know, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. We're going to have a very exciting evening. First off, Achoo, bless you, bird flu. Man, we got some crazy things going on. We're going to have a more fun, lighthearted conversation shortly, but there's uh, at least a little bit of a reason to be a little bit more aware and concerned with some things going on. And it's important that we're all aware to all the craziness. So anyway, if you don't know how we get down, this is DLD After Dark. I'm Dark, and every Tuesday, Thursday, and every other Saturday, we do a live stream, and sometimes I'll sneak in there and do some little bonus streams, do some Rumble stuff. But tonight, oh, and actually on Thursday, we have an exciting guest. We'll be graced with the presence of a YouTuber that you love this evening. No, it's not Flying Rich. Um, but and Rich, you're welcome to come on if you want to as well, bud. But um, yeah, I know you go to bed at like 8:30, so you can get up for your grand slam the next day for your Denny's. Anyway, sorry. So we're gonna have a little bit more of a serious conversation first, just something for you guys to be aware of, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, so if this is your first time tuning in to DLD After Dark, what we do is we take the first about 10 minutes or so to greet all of our people, to greet all of our channel members, say what's up, welcome them, and I mean literally by name, like going through like boom, 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 going through saying what's up to everybody, and who knows, you may also get greeted as well. And if you're coming back watching this the next day or the next day after, then I appreciate you. Thank you for the replay crew. I appreciate you guys so much. And then we'll go ahead and get started after we say what's up to all of our channel members, and then also all the honorable mentions, which are the other folks in here too. So excuse me. So I appreciate you guys. We'll start first by saying congratulations to Kurt24, who finally jumped in there first instead of letting somebody else jump in and him being like, boop, congrats on first right away. So I came in right behind him and said, boop, congrats on first. So Kurt24, my guy, congratulations. Thank you for being first. It's up to you whether you'd like a fist bump or a high five, or you know what? Let's do an elbow. How about an elbow? All right. Now we'll do it. We'll do a fist bump. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Kurt is also a mod. He's also the low key producer of the show. Don't tell nobody. And also, he's a channel member. So appreciate you, my guy. Hold on. Who hit me up? Okay, sorry. Let me silence that. Should be on silence. We also got Toy Town Inc. in the chat, who is also a channel member. What's up, brother? Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Toy Town Inc. Kurt24. We got Silverback on that app. My guy, great to see you. Crunchy Black, RIP. Is Crunchy Black still with us? Is he? I don't know. We'll see. And then we got Mark Tucker, Mopka. Man, it's so great. Y'all have the coolest names. I just love it. Toy Town Inc. Let's see, Kurt25. Oh, and Toy Town Inc. Did you get the information for the 17.2 rails with the OEM locking block? Did that make sense, or did you need more information? Let me know. Hopefully, I answered your question on stream night the other night last week, or the day that I did it. I don't recall. 80XR920. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Bro, I was just messing with my XR920C, and y'all be real. The issue with the burr on the rail got fixed, and I'm up to about 800 rounds through it now. I'm going to keep it smooth now. I've not done anything. I have not cleaned it. I've not oiled it. I have not maintained it in any way aside from taking the slide off and just kind of shaking it around and getting the burr out of there wherever it was. Um, I think it's gonna be okay, so I'm gonna keep pushing it. I would expect if I were to take a Glock, right, out of the box, no cleaning, no lubrication, no maintenance at all. If I were to run it to failure, I would expect to hit 5 to 7,000 rounds with no failure. Now that's unsuppressed, right? Obviously, the moment you suppress a firearm, it changes things dramatically. And yes, that's that's drastically and dramatically all in one. Anyway, so I don't know why if I can go get a Glock for $500. Now, of course, I know Gen 5s, MOSs, they're more, right? But let's just say if I can, in general, get a Glock for 500 bucks, then why would I pay $1,000 for a Shadow Systems if it can't perform to the same degree? But dark, the tolerances are I don't care. I don't care. Performance. That's what it's about, right? So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Shadow Systems. I know a lot of them have had lemons. I know a lot of them have blown up. I just now I got this for regular Glock prices, so that's why I'm willing to just run it till it fails. But we'll see. We'll see how far I can push it. It's also what I'm doing with the Geisley Super Duty as well. But that thing, bro, that thing is like is smooth as glass. It is. It's awesome. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's see. Toy Town Inc. Kurt 24. Live life. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Also with Chana Memba, Mark Tucker, Mob, ADX. I wonder what the AI thinks I'm saying when I say that. You know what I mean? Because they, man, there was this new thing too on the back end of YouTube. You know, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Let's see. Mark Tucker, ADXR920, Toy Town Inc. My guy. Flying Rich Firearms. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Let's see. Mark Tuck, Blue Curtain Burner, also a Chana member. What's up, fam? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in as well. Drew, what it do? Look at you. What's good, fam? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. We got Aggie in the building. What's up, Agorizer? Good to see you. Let's see, Kurt 24, Aggie, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's up? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good to see you. We got Agorizer, we got Drew. Let's see who else we got. Kurt testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm just jumping through. Zanti Misfit, what's up, fam? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Dark fell asleep. No, Dark had to go fix a problem on the printer, or I was about to have spaghetti for dinner, if you know what I'm saying. I was about to have spaghetti all over the room. It was just an issue. You know what? I'll even talk about it. It's just that it's not something that I wanted to jump into in the intro of my live stream. You know what I'm saying? Agorizer, Zanti. Let's see who else is here. Mike McClune, the Goon. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. Let's see. And my guest is back here. So as soon as we finish up the intro, we'll bring you on, my guy. Appreciate you. Let's see. Flying Rich, Firearms, Kurt 24, Agorizer. Too many choices, bro. Where you been at? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in. Obviously, he's paying his respect to 9mm, which is great. Appreciate that. Mike McClune's Anti Misfit, Mark Tucka, TMC, Rip Curl Readiness. What's up, brother? What's up, Dark? And the Darlings. The Darlings. Barton Fink, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you as well. All you guys, man. Thank you. Agorizer TMC. We got Sam Man. What's up, Sam Man? Also with Chanamemba. Appreciate you. Let's see. Testing. DLD after print error. Basically, I saved it though. I resuscitated the print. We're back here. It felt good. It felt good. Z, good to see you, my guy. Appreciate you coming in as well. Let's see. Z. You see that? How he's got the question mark there. Let's see who else. TMC, Kurt 23, too many choices. Taco Syndicate, what's up, brother? What? No ad before the stream? I'll take it. Really? So that tells me they've already made their decision. Okay, how crazy is that? They have already made their decision that they're not gonna do the thing that we're. You already know. I don't even want to say the words. I can't say the words because you know what'll happen if I say the words. Gort, my guy, great to see you. This is why every single thing on this channel is completely viewer funded because they hate me. Shooting Gallery New England has been monetized. I'm sorry, Shooting Gallery Official has been monetized for every single video, every premiere, every stream, everything that he's done. He did the stream with me. He posted it. He put uh, Shooting in the Woods podcast featuring DLD After Dark demonetized just by having my name typed into the title, bro. They hate me. It's just, it is what it is. Not my name, guy. Great to see you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. Also, with channel member, Silverback, Silverback, Taco. Hey, man against the masses. Like a pregnancy. Man against the masses member for 9 months. Appreciate that, man. T for Tejas, my guy. Great to see you. Man, it's so hard to do that. At least I changed the mic stand so it wouldn't be too, too in the way. Ripco readiness. Hey, spin 360. No Rumble tonight? Not currently. I'll do something else on Rumble pretty soon. Um, it is a blast. It is a blast. T for Tejas, Toy Town, DLD After Dark. I think I got it. I wanted to try OEM rails, but I only have 3-pin frames. I'll just order a new set for the 4-pin. Thank you. So you do need one additional pin. I have extra of those pins, like chilling if you need. I actually had a customer of DLD Hardware recently that said, "Where can I buy these pins?" I was like, "Bro, I'll just send you one. I got you." So I sent him one. And then, hey, somebody just placed an order on DLD Hardware. Thank you. But the you do need an OEM locking block, and then you need the additional 3 pins, right? So you need the 3 pins, the OEM locking block, and then an additional 4th pin. But holler at me, I got you. Zanti Misfit, T for Tejas, let's see, G33 for the win, then 357 Sigs, ain't no joke, son. Let's see, Man Against the Masses, Barton Fink, and if you think I'm playing, bam, look at that, 357 Sig on tap, son. Let's see who else we got. Spin 360, Chicken Bone Syringe, yes. Tiverte has Anti Misfit, Joe Morris, brother, great to see you. I appreciate you, man. Drewski, what a dooski. Joe Morris, ADXR 920, Taco Syndicate. Let's see who else we got up in here. Agorizer, ADXR, all you guys. I appreciate all y'all so much. And everyone else that came in here, we got Tech, we got BV Luminous. What's up, fellas? Let's see. P38 Wilberto, great to see you. Adam Grubb, what's up, fam? The dude that buried a gang of machine guns. He has a famous story. He's come on the show and he's shared his story as well. Darian, what's up, brother? Good to see you. He got 2 ads, so we'll see what that means. Damien, my brother in Christ, Tactical Turkeys, Jason Schmidt, all you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Now, I do want to go ahead and jump into it. Gen Champ, Mr. BS, what's up, guys? Let's go ahead and jump into it. So first off, JC9, brother, great to see you. Murphy's Law, what's up, brother? All you guys, appreciate y'all. So a couple things. So I do have a guest back here. I don't want to keep him waiting much longer, but something came up, and I'll bring it up with you guys in a sec. But I do want to introduce the guest, and then we'll have more of a casual conversation about some more casual stuff. So if you guys know, if you have ever come in and watched the Tactical Turkeys, if you've ever seen Dust, Fish, Tech Life, J, Dude Knowledge, and all those guys from the Tactical Turkeys, then we have a nice little crew of just the homies, right? And when you meet really good people and they're solid folks, then you want to keep them on on the crew. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know the Tactical Turkeys, you better get to know them. And their said ringleader, Dust, with the Tactical Turkeys, is here with us.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? I am not the ringleader.
I know, I'm playing. I was just
I'm just a regular guy, just part of the team.
So is there a ringleader, or are all y'all a ring of leaders? You know what I'm saying?
They're a ring of leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just
Mm-hmm.
whatever happens. We generally have a good sense of agreeing on things and disagreeing on things. Like the majority of us, like
Mm-hmm.
you ask us a question, it could be immediate yes at the same time or immediate no.
Yeah. Or like everyone says yes, but then Fish says no.
Yeah, or everyone says yes and I say no, or
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
says yes and dude says no. It's happened always.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you.
it's happened always for sure.
And shout out to Fish, man. Fish is a hell of a dude as
A
well, he's a good
AI
dude.
AI fish. That's what you gotta start calling him.
AI Fish? Why he say that?
I'll tell you later. That's AI.
Oh,
That's
snap.
yeah, it's AI fish.
Well, for the folks that I know a lot of y'all actually we have so much crossover between the two of our
Yes,
channels.
we
A
do.
lot of folks here are Tactical Turkeys watchers. A lot
Yep.
of folks there are DLD watchers. So we do have a lot of crossover. But for the people, believe it or not, there are some here now and some that will watch this after it's live that may not know who you are or may not know you very well. So take a moment, just let them know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
What's going on? It's your boy Kick Up Dust 308 from Tactical Turkeys. You can find me on
Uh-huh.
Tactical Turkeys,
So
YouTube, Tactical Turkeys, Instagram, Kick Up Dust 308, Instagram. And I'm just a shithead who likes guns and likes to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Just a That's it.
Just a
That's pretty much
general goon.
just a yeah. Lefty dust. They know it.
I was just clicking on that as soon as I saw it.
They know it.
Hey, you know what though? I'll tell you what. If you're a righty and you're clearing a room or behind a barricade with a lefty, it's
It
good
makes it
news.
way better.
Yes, yes, yep.
Having a lefty behind you or in
Mhm.
front of you makes the split way easier. Always.
Facts. I noticed when we were doing that the advanced gunfighter course and I was, we weren't like together right there, right? But we were toggling between me and you doing the barricade thing, and I was like, "Yo, that's super helpful
Yeah.
if we ever had to go into a structure or work around a barricade or yeah, it's something that clicked
You
and
always have somebody that's way more comfortable. Well, if you do it enough, you'll be comfortable on both sides.
hmm
But if someone's naturally lefty or naturally like a natural righty, is just like you don't even have to say anything. They might just move you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might just move you and you go do what you do.
And if something pops off to where I have to, if I have my rifle shouldered and if I have to pull over here and transition, if I
Yeah.
got to, yeah, I have no problem doing
Yeah,
that,
it's just or
It's
just be natural ambidextrous. There's that too.
mhm.
I was trying to click on it like it was my lap. That's fucking hilarious.
Isn't it? We all do it. We all do
Yeah,
it because
it's
we're
just
so
like
used to
click,
being
uh,
behind.
shoulder bump for the win, for sure.
hmm
A
Yeah.
little shoulder bump, pinch on the shoulder, something.
hmm Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
bro. Black on black. I absolutely am. I absolutely am. I have a LS Swap E36, which
is
is a
that the
95 BMW.
okay? I was gonna say, is that that I
Yeah.
saw?
Yeah.
Dude, when he opened it up, I was like, "Whoa!" Like, I
Yeah.
felt like I was getting black pepper blown in my face. It's like, "Whoa!" But it was dope though, because it's a straight sleeper.
Yeah.
It's just I mean, it's not really a sleeper because of how
If you
loud
know,
it
you
is.
know. It's one of those. If you know,
Yeah.
you know. If you don't, it's just like it's loud exhaust. And
Yeah, yeah. My brother had a Trans Am with the I guess it's basically a Corvette engine, the
yeah,
LS1. Yeah.
yeah,
And, man, I'll never forget being in an automatic, right? It's an automatic car, and I'm not really thinking of it. This is forever ago. But like when he gets on it, man, it was just like I was like, yo.
yeah. Nah, for sure. Yeah, too many choices. It is cammed. I do have head work. It's not. It's not technically. It's not a LS1. It's a 5.3, but it is beefed the fuck up. It's all motor and it's in a light chassis, so that bitch is quick. Like I have to run like super wide tires. If not, then I have no traction till fourth gear, and that shit could be dangerous. Like just driving.
Don't you have like all the weight reduced out of that mofo?
Oh, technically, yeah, I have no. Yeah. It's a fucking death trap. It's a death trap.
But
So,
like did you pull like what kind of stuff did you pull from the inside for like weight
so
reduction? Like door panels and all that
door
stuff?
panels are off.
Nice.
Back seats are out. All the sound deadening is out.
Nice.
The stock seats are out. You know, I have a harness bar in there, which I should really need. I should be fucking with a cage, but
Hold on, were you talking about a LS400, the Alexis?
that no. The LS 400. Oh, LS swapped LS 400. That's dope. I do
Is
not
that
have a cage.
the isn't that a Lexus?
It is a Lexus.
Dude, that would be fire. That
They
would be
put no
dope.
the LS 400. It comes with. Damn, you're gonna make me nerd out on fucking.
See,
Uh,
I'm not that into car. I don't really know shit about cars, you know?
yeah, bro. I definitely am up on it. I worked on a race team for like 8 years and shit. That's like past shit. Yeah,
Uh,
I do. Tejas, I am a Eurotech, so I work on European cars.
damn, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's a whole different thing compared to the most of the well, actually, hold on. Most of the cars that we have out here nowadays. It's
yeah.
like, let me stop.
You gotta undo to do that successfully and smart. You gotta understand German engineering through and through, and you gotta understand what it's not just a car. What those dudes were thinking when they put this shit together, and then you gotta unfuck the shit that they fucked in certain cases.
Mm, that's what's up. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
So for any guys out there that don't know, Dust is a man of many skills. Part of it being kicking ass and taking names. He can shoot like a mofo, and he also has a lot of other there's a lot of other subjects that he's
yeah.
uh, highly educated in. So
Person, yeah.
yeah, follow the Tactical Turkeys if you don't. You can also follow them on not only YouTube. They also had a video that went over 100 million views. I'm sorry, how many? Yes, 100 million. What, like 120 million right
I
there?
don't know where it's at now. I
It's
have no idea.
crazy. And you know what he did? He did something crazy. He shot a gun.
Yeah,
So go check him out. Show him some love on Instagram too if you do that meta stuff. And also meet the whole crew: Fish, Tech Life J, Dude Knowledge. Then you also got Mannequin, Chris Stevens. You got a whole bunch of mofo's. Even Hat Creek is Turkey-ish, right? And then you got
yeah, for sure.
yeah,
That's more that's home team. That's MD Arsenal. You know, I always got their stuff on. That's my local range.
yeah,
Uh, my local, well, not my local FFL, but that's like my local range, and I'm there a lot.
yeah.
Some may I say I never leave.
Shout out to Dudley and the whole fam.
Oh, speaking of that, MD Arsenal will be going live. They will be going live next Monday on April Fools at like 8:30. They will be going
What
live. Yes.
for Porqué?
I think they're gonna start up lives.
What?
So it's gonna be essentially a live perspective from a gun store.
Hold on, this is a little suspect. On April Fool's Day?
Yo, that's what I said. But well, bro, they went, they got StreamYard, they got everything set up and shit. Like for April Fools, is like that's a lot of time. Like
Yeah, yeah. That's what's
so
up. Shout out to
yeah,
them. I got lots of love for them.
yeah. So
And Jess, make
yeah,
sure she's not out
everybody
here
say
with
just
her
gotta look
gel
left and right.
blaster. Yeah. Shout out to Jess, Dudley, and all them. So there's one thing I wanted to touch on, and then we can jump in. I wanted you to come on and chat about your experience recently at Pew Party. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there, and also we kind of nerd out on
Yeah.
some conspiracy stuff and gun stuff here and there. But I noted the thing about bird flu in the title. I wanted y'all to hold on. I just got an email from Google. That can't be good. Oh, okay. Never mind. Woo. Hold on. Sorry. So I wanted to bring this up. So if you guys don't know, a little while back there was an outbreak of bird flu, and it caused a lot of issues. And our specifically our food, the infrastructure of our food, it we're so close because of the way that we've complicated our system in the United States. We're so close from breaking down and eating our neighbors that it's scary. And it wasn't too long ago that due to um, aviation, what was it? whatever the actual term was. Essentially, it was a new variation of bird flu, um, and they had to put down 80 million 80 million chickens. Okay, or birds, right? Not just chickens. So we're talking 80 million birds, and that's a that's a massive impact on all of the whole country's food, the whole country's infrastructure of getting food from this place to this place and this place to this place, essentially getting the food to you guys, right? Well, now, just like everything else evolves in Texas, where you guys actually just were, and Texas and I got to pull it up. I just I'm not trying to like go through every single aspect of the article. I'm just trying to kind of give you guys the bones of it. Um, this aviation, whatever the bird flu, has evolved and it's now transferred to cows. And about 10% of all the cattle in our country is now dealing with this bird flu, and it has this virus, and these cows that have these viruses now, apparently they just said they need to be treated, which means they're going to be jammed with antibiotics, and obviously that's not good for us when they're treated, and they're jabbed with all these vaccines, antibiotics, and mRNA vaccines as well.
That's
Then of
correct,
course that
JC9.
transfers. Hmm?
No, I was saying that's correct, JC9. I'm telling you about the Baltimore Bridge.
Oh yeah, yep, that collapsed today too because some dirtbag. I mean, dude, yeah, that's a whole crazy thing. I saw it on a live stream. I was like, dude, with like it's crazy. Literally crashed and broke down an entire bridge. Um,
Big problem.
Flying Rich, Flying Rich, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Just eat bugs. It's fine." They say.
Can I touch on that bridge thing for 2 seconds?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so that bridge thing is a way bigger problem than they're making it out to be, more than what anybody fucking thinks.
Well,
All
hey,
right.
then hold on. Let's do that because I'm almost done.
All right.
Let me wrap this up, and then we'll go to the bridge, and
All
then
right.
because that is something we should touch on too because of how that impacts a lot of stuff, and plus the harbor. Well, all right, we'll come back to it in a second, but just essentially, here's the deal. So I want you guys to understand the ripple effect and how this can impact us, and what 10% of all the cattle in the United States not being able to produce milk, and obviously not being able to just be slaughtered. They have to get better. They have to get pumped full. Obviously, antibiotics don't kill viruses, but they treat them. They treat them with vaccines, with mRNA vaccines, with they do still pump them full of antibiotics, but they're also just packed in these little places, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to asshole, and they're just expected to live like that. And a lot of these animals, not necessarily, whatever. Just look into it; it's crazy. But you may not see an impact immediately, okay? Because right now, uh, beefs are trading between like 250, let's say around $2.50 per pound. After this starts to impact these, the market, we're probably going to see this go up to like 350 to 550 per pound, which then is going to impact everything, right? So if you want to get ahead of this and you want to potentially avoid some issues, I would, just from a personal standpoint, if you have a freezer, extra freezer, whatever, grab some extra meat while we can have it at a reasonable price. If you don't want to pay $15 a pound for some ground meat, I would just recommend that you guys grab some extra stuff before the next 3 to 6 months. Things are going to be, pretty heavily impacted. Just a little bit of advice. The infrastructure we have is so fragile. The smallest thing can impact them, but also what's then going to happen if so let's say this if this virus is jumping from birds to cows, what's to stop it from jumping from cows to people? Or what's to stop the people in control that are pulling the strings to say, "Oh, you guys need to get a new new jabby jab because this virus is just so dangerous or whatever. Anyway, we're either going to be stuck eating meat that is loaded with so much disgusting shat that it's not good for us anyway, right?
Bill Gates meat.
Yeah, exactly. The locust meat, or we're going whatever it is, it's not going to be good. So take any precaution that you can now. Prepare, and just realize how simple and fragile our food infrastructure is, and how it could potentially impact you. Okay, it's not something we usually jump into in much detail on the show, but I just wanted to make you guys kind of aware of that because this could be a pretty big deal. So, okay, so back to the bridge. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Uh, literally. Go ahead, Dust.
Yeah, so
This is the time we destroy and rebuild it, they say. Damn.
yo, bro, nah, that was a bad one. That
Yeah.
was a bad one. And not one piece of me believes that it wasn't done on purpose.
It does look a little suspect.
And this is why I say this. So I grew up by a bay that I would see 4 times a week. Sometimes I would go and sit on the bike path by the bay, and we had a bridge as well,
Mhm.
and we lived by the port, and I would see boats come in and out, So those cargo ships, when the bridge is uneven, way before they get to that fucking bridge, they are centered out with that bridge.
Yeah, it's
Because
almost like
boats,
air traffic control, right? They have to be on comms with
with
port authority.
navigation, with navigation, longitude, latitude, that fucking really narrows down to exactly where you're at, knots or whatever they call it. Like,
Damn, and
uh,
that's a really good point. Well,
so
I don't know that to be true. Real quick, I just want to say shout out to where do we see? Fluffy, good to see you. Morningstar, good to see you. Shauna, all you guys, appreciate you coming in. Slim223, what up? My bad. Go ahead, fam.
nah, you're good. So, and you're saying bridges are are built to withstand a hit? Mm,
Maybe some.
some, not all. That bridge was definitely old as hell.
Is
That bridge was
frail.
definitely a lot of bridges are built, they were built 100 years ago, you know? And those ships, the ships are way bigger now than they were back then. So, like I
Yeah.
said, the he says it has a channel marker for a reason. Yeah. So I want to click on it. Anyway, outside of that, so those boats are supposed to center up to the highest point. That is a fucking fact, right? That is a fucking fact. It's supposed to center up and they're supposed to go super, super, super slow.
Slow. Yeah.
He said the bridge was built in the 70s. Was it?
Really?
Wasn't
That
it?
thing looked
Wasn't
old
there
as
Francis
dirt.
Scott Key Bridge? And isn't Francis Scott Key the dude who wrote the Star Spangled Banner?
Woo. Dang. Hey, I just want to say shout out to Adam Grubb. He said he's gonna be a daddy, bro. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Good to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely, Damian Christ. That bridge definitely. I've driven over that bridge 100 times. So I'm just saying. Anyway, outside of that, they're supposed to, and even if that boat could not do it, considering it was on the inside of the port, which, mind you, there's fucking like 6 to 8 ports there. And I know this for a fucking fact because I used to go into those ports.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of ports in there that support a lot of different shit. And one of those ports being vehicles. So expect vehicles prices to jack the fuck up.
Mm.
Like, no vehicles going out, no vehicles going back in. There's that. So, like I said, they're supposed to center up. And if you look at the angle of that boat was never going to make it to the middle.
You
It
know,
was
too,
way too close.
just a quick side thought too is over the last 3 years, vehicles have skyrocketed already
It's about to be
in
worse.
in pricing. Yeah. So,
It's about to be worse. It's
and you
about
know
to
what people do? They do the same thing that when this happens in the housing market. People are like, "Oh my goodness, cars are so expensive. I can sell my car for 5 grand more than what I got it for." And then they go sell it, and then they go to buy a car, and it's 15, $20,000 more than what it would have been a few years ago. So yeah, it's not always a good move.
He
Keep
has
your whips.
verified it was going center. My eyes verified it was not. Like, bro, look at that video over and over and over. That shit was nowhere near center. It was nowhere near center. Look where it hit.
Yeah, what
And
I
even if
saw.
you're on that boat and you're the captain of that boat, bro, anybody on the ship would tell you, they're like, yo, they radio in, yo, you are not centered. You have eyes watching you, bro. And even at that point, they're supposed to have tugboats. Like you're leaving the port. You essentially, if they're unsure of it, they'll have tugboats guide you the fuck out.
I actually
Bro,
just
I
saw
do
this.
not believe that at all. He said the camera was on the angle. Did you not see where it hit? Hold on, come on, guys. You guys, I'm sorry.
Somebody
Did you
just
not
said.
see where the fucking boat hit?
So I didn't see. I only saw a live stream of the aftermath, and it did not look anywhere near the center.
It was nowhere near the fucking center, bro. What do you mean? That fucking are you
Well,
crazy? And even if hold on, even if you try like, and I'm sorry because like I'm getting like excited about this. Even if you try to say it was centered, I'm gonna challenge you and say it's not. There's no way that big of a boat can make that aggressive of a turn in that short of time. It's just not happening. It's not happening.
yeah,
I'm sorry. It's just not happening. I this is my belief, my opinion, whatever.
yeah.
It you know it was fucked up. That shit hit, and yo, bro, there's people crossing the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like people lost their lives.
So that's one thing I wasn't sure of. So there were people that passed away from this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm, damn. I mean, it's I did not look into it enough to know if it is or isn't. What we're used to with the government, right? I just yeah. Um, I assume anything nowadays is propaganda to some degree. So nothing would surprise me. Whether it's if there was a specific reason that someone or some group of people wanted to achieve something, it'd be pretty easy to do something like that. I'm not saying that I know anything other than like you guys have told me more about the situation than I knew coming into it. But you
that
know,
shit is. I don't know.
and that bridge did look frail AF.
Yeah, bro. The bridge that you know what that bridge looked like? That bridge looked like it was like when you're in like elementary school and you take popsicle sticks and for science and you build a bridge. That's what that shit is.
Toothpicks and super glue. That's
Who fixes the super glue?
yep, that's what it was. Um, where was Mayor Pete? Mayor Pete, is that who's in Maryland? Oh, I was thinking Bowser. That's DC. Muriel Bowser is DC, right?
I have no idea.
Bowser. She's a big old dirt bag. Toothpick
That
bridge.
shit was not center. That shit. I just watched it again. That shit clipped on the right. That shit had way more room to go. Like he was off center from the beginning. Before he got to that point, he was supposed to be centered out. When I say centered out, dead center of that bridge. They don't play the side game. Like, oh, we're good enough. We got 20 feet. They don't play that game.
I'm,
Absolutely not.
I mean, I always thought that it was like um air traffic control kind of thing. Like you can't just recklessly go in and out. You know what I mean? Like you're guided. You have navigation. You have tugboats. You have all sorts. Okay, so I do see. Okay, looking at this, I do see how some of the pictures may make it appear that it was headed directly to the center, but there are several other sections of the bridge that you may not be able to see depending on what angle you're looking at.
No, it was like he clipped like so he clipped the right side of the center. But what I'm saying is he had way more room to go left. Like he was supposed to be way over, way over. Those boats don't turn on the dime. You understand what I'm saying? Like even if he lost power the first time, like
Yeah.
like what the fuck are you doing? Like there's no phone calls about it, like radioed in, like if he lost, I don't know. Yeah, you as soon as you lost power the first time, should have been like, yo, we have a fucking problem.
I'm pulling this up now. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at chat. Bear with me.
That's like you going to drive in your car and your car starts shaking. Then again, I can't say anything because in my line of work, people are like, "Yeah, it was fine," and then when I get to it, I'm like, "You was driving this shit like this for a while."
So I'm not doing the audio just because you guys know.
Yeah,
Ooh, dang, dang, man, isn't there
absolutely
something?
needed tugboats. Tugboats should have been on. They should have been with tugboats.
Man, the average cost like per container.
Bro, look at the vehicles moving on the bridge. You see the 18 wheeler?
Yeah. Mm. Well, you know what? Let's pull the volume. It's all
Just
good.
about the worst case scenario.
Loaded down.
Actually, hold on. I got to change my audio settings to allow this to play. Give me 1 second. First off, this is way too busy in the background. Give me 1 sec. I'll just pull it to a black. Sorry, it was just too busy. And let me change my audio settings. Give me 1 sec.
I don't know, man. That shit just bugs me out. Shit's about to get real rough. And what year is it? What year is it? What's happening this year?
Oh, you already know.
Slow down the more than 900-foot-long cargo
Just about the worst case scenario.
loaded
Approaching a bridge,
investigator.
losing
Karski is a former NTSB senior Marine investigator.
losing power as you're approaching a bridge would be just about the worst case scenario.
Loaded down with heavy containers, the captain tried to quickly slow down the more than 900-foot-long cargo ship by
You guys
dropping
hear
its
this?
port anchor. Dark smoke could be seen billowing from its stacks, likely the backup generator coming online. But the ship never regained engine power, and it struck one of the two main structural support columns of the bridge. Ben Schaefer is a structural engineer.
Once the bridge was struck by a container ship of that size, there's not a bridge that we build, that's any level of economy and efficiency that's going to survive that.
It's happened before. In 1980, during a blinding thunderstorm, a cargo ship slammed into a support column of Tampa's Sunshine Skyway Bridge. A 1,200-foot span collapsed. 35 people were killed. Since then, cargo ships have more than quadrupled in size.
In the world of infrastructure system, it's a failure, right? I mean, the bridge is gone, the port is closed, people have died. I mean, the bridge is gone, the port is closed.
Quadrupled in size. Have more than quadrupled in size.
In the world of infrastructure system, it's a failure, right? I mean, the bridge is gone, the port is closed, people have died.
And Chris Van Cleve is with us now. Okay, so this investigation is just getting underway. What's the NTSB looking for?
Well, Nora, they're going to have to contend with a lot of debris. This was like ramming a Nimitz-size aircraft carrier into this bridge. So there's debris everywhere, but they want to get on board. They want to find the data and voice recorder that should be on board. They're also going to look at the maintenance history of this ship, including reports that the propulsion system may have failed an inspection over the summer. They also want to look at the bridge's maintenance history and its design.
Yeah, how does the power go out? Chris Van Cleve, thank you so much.
This year, I got serious about my taxes. I met with the TurboTax expert.
It's not supposed to happen like that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Any commercial, yeah, you have a lot of shiesty fucking dudes who are running shit and a lot of like shiesty shit, but
What do you think that? I mean, do you think this? What we were just talking about with the bird flu transferring to cows, which is going to impact milk, which is going to impact beef, which of course are staples in the American, food, which all comes from the American trading infrastructure, right? Do you think this was potentially something that maybe an additional effort to impact the infrastructure negatively as well, or what do you think?
bro, that shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit's gonna cripple that not cripple, it's gonna hurt us.
It'll
That's
impact.
affecting us.
It'll impact. Maybe not cripple, but
Not
impact.
cripple, yeah, not cripple. Like it's we're gonna feel that one.
Boats don't have brakes. Well, I mean, not
You
at
said
the
boats don't have
traditionals.
brakes. You're right, but what? Like I'm gonna. They just said is a potential that it failed inspection. That's fucked. That's fucked. And for any of those operators who are down under watching the engine, you know when something's going wrong. You know when something's not running right.
Yeah,
It's not, oh, it's just cold. It's been sitting for 4 days.
yeah. I mean, look,
Engines don't work like this.
I
They don't work like that.
personally, I know how boats work. I watched that movie Contraband.
I'm talking about just engines.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just engines, bro. Engines don't work like you know when something's wrong, especially when you're using something to travel across the fucking world.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're traveling with goods across the world. Everything has to be working. Use sailboats. That's cool. You guys, you use your wind base. I'm talking like engines, and I'm pretty sure sailboats have like some type of little engine, but you guys are good because you have wind. You're wind based. He said
Um,
this will have an effect on Baltimore's economy.
Baltimore doesn't have an
These
economy. Are you
boats,
tripping?
bro. Do you
Dude,
know how big those ports are?
Baltimore, the only thing aside from a remarkable drug trade that Baltimore has are those ports. Like that's it. Hold on. I'm looking through. Somebody had said something earlier. I'm trying to find the comment. You guys are always more on it than I am.
No, they're not electric. They're not electric. They're engines. That's why I had black smoke. That black smoke is unburnt fuel or something burning up.
Oh, Mayor Pete, the transportation secretary. Okay, where so it looks like okay, so I was trying to find the comment. I don't know where it went, but there was a comment basically saying that all the people that were missing were accounted for, excluding people that were on the bridge working, which were construction like contractors. Um, so it looks like those were the fatalities, but I don't know. I can't confirm the information. I was just trying to find what someone had said.
Yes, BV. Huge. They're huge and they're fucking supposed to be heavily monitored, bro. They're going across the world.
Yeah. Let me
Like,
grab my drinks right there. Give me 1 second. Let me
yeah,
grab it.
they're going across the world. The world. Like those inspections are fucking serious. Those inspections are supposed to be serious. Everything is monitored. Everything is monitored.
So that's interesting. We're definitely gonna have to look into that and see if we can learn a little bit more about that. So it looks like everyone is wanting us to do a strap check. Currently, now we're on YouTube. We're not on Rumble, so I can't just whip out my GAT and show you guys. But I'm currently carrying my 43X, which has the Streamlight TLR 7 sub on it and the Shield Arms, 20+1 magazine on that joint. What about you, Mr. Dust? What you rocking?
19X.
19X? Okay.
No. Sorry, 19. I don't know why I said 9. I'm looking at a 19X video. That's funny. 19, Gen 4, TLR 1, Streamlight, Trigon, Tritium HD sights,
Nice.
Shield Arms +5 mag with some handle it grips, grip tape because
Nice.
got rifle hands.
You know, you know what I started rocking on my grips? That athletic tape. This was like jet black, by the way. And that's not ash. All right. I'm just the grip kind of changes colors over time. All right. Boeing doesn't build ships, do they? No, it's not a Boeing. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Um, So your 19's a Gen 4.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see what's everyone in chat saying.
And being a
Uh,
lefty for the slide release, if anybody's wondering, I stick my middle finger under and I release the slide release.
Stop playing.
Yes.
Hold on. The slide release?
The slide, yeah. The slide release, you know how it locks back? Say I dump my mag, I put another mag in, and this middle finger switches like that, and whoop. You'll understand exactly what I'm saying right when you do it. Watch.
Okay. All right. Now that I'm looking at it in my left hand,
It
I'm
makes
like,
way more sense, right?
yeah, I
When
wish
you're looking at it.
you know how like with an AR, there's so many other things you can do to close the bolt without even touching the bolt. You can mortar it, you can whack it, you can I mean, I guess you still touch it in that sense,
Yeah.
right? But if I was injured, right, and I'm doing a mag change and I only have one arm, I can literally grab my AR, slam it on the ground, and that would charge around in the chamber if you put a new fresh mag in it. Um, I wish there was something, of course, if you hit a Glock hard enough on the bottom, that causes a split second of inertia, whatever, zero gravity, whatever you call it, right? That allows it to drop and close. But I wish there was something else you could do to a Glock to be able to do that. But luckily I'm right-handed to where I could just hit it with my thumb and just go to work. But that didn't really make sense initially. I had to like actually hold it in my left hand and see. So 43X, Holliston 407, shield arms for backup, stock mag, inner. Okay, that's what's up. G19 Gen 5 and AR9 in the bag, walking the dog. You walking the dog with an AR9 in a bag? That's what's up.
He said, just pull the slide back. That's cool. Are you a lefty, BV?
Just pull the side back. No, I'm saying
for the slide release.
say it again.
He's talking about for the slide release.
Oh yeah.
I pull the slide back, or be cool and put it on your belt loop, or I could just have two hands on my fucking pistol where they belong.
Yeah.
And release my slide and T-box some shit.
Yep. Dark, was that your special sock friend? Is that the adhesive?
He said I was for the last 2 years.
Then I got the Canik TP9 SE. Dude, lots of people are going to Canik. Echelon, Gideon Rock, Goonbeam, Hornady JHPs. I can't with the Caniks, man. What are your altogether thoughts on Caniks? Would you say they're gems, mediocre, or
what are we using them for?
For a carry gun to depend your life on?
No.
Okay. What would you use it for?
I'd play around with it at the range.
Yeah. Would you like play a game of mini golf with it? Tape it to a stick, to a big stick, and
the rival. I like the rival, but I like, and I should have. I was with Black Rambo, and he was like, "Yo, you want to shoot it?" And I did it. The Terran Tactical Canik. I should have took him up on that offer.
That's a dope. So all of the Terran Tactical guns I have ever shot, which I'm grateful. I've been blessed. I live near XCal, well, within a reasonable travel distance to XCal. So like, I can just be like, hey, I want to rent that, and that's cool. Sand Viper, Pit Viper, any of the combat Glocks, all that stuff. But I don't know. I'm not that excited about the Canik. I can't get excited about it. I don't know. I just it's a Turkish import, right? Like we literally like the firearm community, we make jokes and memes around Turkish shotguns and Turkish imports. Why would we all of a sudden say that carrying a Turkish imported handgun is now adequate? I don't get it.
For that.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm just saying I don't know. Like if a Canik, if you could put a Glock and a Canik side by side and run both of them and get similar results, word, I'm cool with that.
I could tell you why this is happening. Because people have favorite YouTubers and content creators.
And Canik's the company Canik sends free Caniks to those favorite content creators. And
You know, like I'm not like knocking Canik. You know, like I said, if we was at a range, I'd shoot him. I've shot quite a few Caniks. I just carry my fucking Glock. Why? Because it's a Glock. Is it the end all be all? Absolutely not. You know, it's not expensive, and it's gonna fucking work. Like there's a higher probability of that thing working than a Canik working, you know. And for anybody who argue that, I'm going off of data collected off of years. It's a known fact that Glocks could take an absolute ass beating.
yeah, I've done terrible things to my Glocks and they still run totally fine. I have literally Canik is how it's pronounced.
Canik.
Okay. I had no idea.
Or Canik.
Janik. I have no idea, but you know, I just look, I can't get that excited about it. I mean, when they were like $300 with the decocker and all that, I get it why people were grabbing them, because if you could put a couple thousand rounds through them and they were good to go, dope. If you trust yourself with that, and if that's your gun that you can shoot so well, like for me, my Beretta, man, I can shoot that thing like surgically. It's crazy. But I'm still going to carry my Glock. You know?
It's a dare to be different. All right. So if I had another option, you know, if I had another option on a reliable firearm, I'd carry a VP9.
Yeah. I was just looking at a VP9 the other day.
HK VP9. You know, I would carry one of them. They're super reliable.
Yeah.
They feel good on the hand. Ergonomics are there.
Hey, and let me just say this, dare to be different. Y'all have seen my Glocks. My Glocks are not normal Glocks. I don't have the bone stock black Glocks. And clearly, like what you were just saying, you got a whole bunch of changing your Glock. It's not, you know, I can't.
Carry a Mark 20. That shit is the size of your thigh.
I know that is the Desert Eagle of 45s.
Yo, no bullshit. That shit literally with a can, it is the size of my like from my hip to my knee.
Yeah, the thing is massive, massive. But I carry Glock or CZ. See, yes, Glocks are very reliable, and they VP9s are money. Sport Brand, what's up, brother? Yo, and Sport Brand, thank you for sending that the logos and stuff. I got to get back to you, bro. My bad. It's just been crazy lately. Tavino, what's up, fam? VP9 is also loosely based on the Walther PPQ, same as Canik. It is HK though. Yeah, I think the quality HK has done the work to be, held above the Canik quality line. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I was partly joking when I said that, but
Canik became the new like
Taurus.
gatekeeper.
Caniks for real. Caniks are the new Tauruses. That's all it is. Because Tauruses were the guns that dudes that didn't want to drop $500 on a Glock. That's what people got. The Bull Armory is not bad. You know, it's the Glock clones. They're interesting.
Only if I had a V8 port.
Only what?
If I had a V8 port. Or
V8
V12 port.
What do you mean?
So what they do is they cut the slide and they drill holes, and then they port it. And when they do that, it shoots super flat. Super flat.
You're talking shooting, porting the barrel and the slide.
Yeah. They cut slits in the slide and they port the barrel. It's called a V8 port and a V12 port. They have two different ones.
The P30 and not the VP9. Yeah, I'll be real. I would take a VP9 over the P30 all day, especially like I don't know what they were thinking with the LEM trigger. but that is not where it's at. Maybe I'm biased because the local law enforcement used to have P30s, so I had like a fear of taking a bunch of Winchester Rangers in the chest from a P30 for a long time. But that VP9 is fire though, man. I was just shooting one the other day. And that thing's gonna live. Look, it's all about longevity, right? What's your investment gonna get you? I could get 2 Taurus G2Cs or 1 Glock MOS, and I would rather get the Glock MOS, you know?
That's it.
But I'm also please understand this, y'all. I am not a Glock fanboy. I am a fan of um reliable equipment. That's it. Reliable equipment that's gonna live as long as I am. And I know I could go through every single gun that I got. I have way more than Glocks. Well, you're a Glock fanboy, bro. I got like 60 handguns, and yes, a lot of them are Glocks, but
That's a lot.
yeah, I've been collecting a little while.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I got Berettas, I got revolvers, I got I got a lot of different handguns, and most of them are Glocks because Glocks I know are superior in some ways to some other guns. It doesn't mean they're the only way. Like if you got a Canik, if you got a Taurus, if you got whatever, if it's your gun and that thing runs and you trust it, and it's all about the question of you yourself. Do you trust your gun to be your lawful wedded gun for the rest of your life till death do you part? If you know exactly where the rounds are going to go when you pull the trigger, if you know that thing 100% without a doubt is going to run. Obviously there's always the potential of a malfunction with any firearm, even the best on the planet.
No, absolutely.
I'm just looks behind dark, not a fanboy. Okay, yes, there's a few boxes back here that I don't know. I'm just saying it's in the individual's equipment. I'm just saying what my preference is, and I think Dust is just saying what his preference is.
Yeah, I'm just like it's subjective, bro. People like what they like. You want to run a Canik, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but just know the chances are another thing that the way I see it, that the chances are like, I don't know. You fucking let's play pretend here. Uh, you're you're somewhere, you're getting home, shit hit the fan, you meet up with a group of people, and fucking I need a mag.
Yeah, that's a common
And
conversation.
yeah, there's gonna be fucking 8 people with firearms, and no one's gonna have a Canik.
Bro, okay, so Drew said James Yeager had classes with nothing but Taurus. They can run. And then Big Fish said, yeah. And then he got cancer. Just saying. Yo, Fish, you can't say shit like that.
Yo,
Man.
that is wild, bro. That is sick. I didn't even see that. That's why I'm like, yo, why is he covering his face? I didn't even say anything crazy.
Yeah. Canik also owns US Palm and Century. Hold on. Canik owns Century Arms, or Century Arms imports Caniks?
Yo, that is so fucking funny. Sorry for butchering your name. Yeah.
I miss Samby.
So when I was like very directly in shape and all about working out, I got what's that quarterback's name? It'll come back to me, but I've heard this like 4 times this year.
What Daniel Crummy?
Yeah. I've heard this like 4 times this year. People are like, yo, you look like Daniel Cormier. I'm like, whatever. Oh, and then when I was working out in shape, I got Cam Newton.
Dang. Yo, when I was in shape, so I used to shave my head, and I had like for back when it was cool, don't hate me. I had the pinstripe chin strap, right?
Yeah.
Like the super thin sideburn to, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was like fresh, like anyway, whatever. And chicks would be like, we'd go out and I'd have super short, fresh shaved head with the little goatee, and chicks would be like, yo, you look like Pitbull.
Yo, that's funny.
Because I mean, I was mad skinny. You know what? I'm gonna find a picture from back in the day and show you guys, and y'all are gonna be like, "No way! Yeah, right. That is not you."
Yo, you look like fucking. You know who you look like?
DLD.
Nah, you look like Canelo if he never boxed. Yeah.
Who?
Canelo Alvarez,
I
the
don't
boxer.
even know who that is.
Oh man, never mind. Somebody in the chat's gonna get it.
If he never boxed,
Canelo. Oh, wait, hold on. Canelo Alvarez is a monster.
sounds pretty gay to me. It looking back at it now is definitely gay. Dark, that was never cool. Hey,
Look, Damian Christ is like, he does. Yeah, I'm telling you,
he
bro.
does.
Look like
Who-
fucking
So who is this?
Canelo Alvarez. I'll show you.
Chris Pratt stunt double. Yo, I am doing no stunts for Chris Pratt. That's for sure. All right, so hey, real quick, if you hey Ting Ting, good to see you. It's Taco Tuesday. Can't wait for my cat to
I want to
make
look like Canelo if I
a
squint.
Wednesday Arch Deluxe in the litter box. Yuck. If you could not carry a Glock, if Glocks just poof, just disappeared off the planet, if every Glock in the world was on that bridge today, what would you carry?
VP9.
VP9?
Yeah. Or I'd probably fuck around and just be like, yo, I'm going full SIG.
Full SIG, like
Yeah,
full
and
on re-SIG?
everybody's gonna be like, oh, you gotta shoot yourself. Oh, like, no, I'm not.
Dude, I took a mallet to my 320 and I hit it way harder than I should have, way too many times, and I could not get that thing to fire. And I had a charged primer with an
Yeah.
empty shell, and I went bananas on that thing, and I just could not get it to go off.
The internet's a very interesting place, bro. Shit gets posted on the internet and people will fucking run with it.
Well, I mean, part of it is like,
Yeah,
you,
they had their tests, but like, come on, they had their test and shit was bad. Like, I get it, like, well, not their test. At one point in time, it's like, yo, they were fucking up. It shit happens. I get it, but I could say
that was for
that.
a specific reason though. That was due to a heavier trigger that was initially, excuse me, designed for the SIG 250 series that was already discontinued, and because the trigger was so heavy, if it were to drop muzzle up, the heft of the trigger was heavier than the sear that it needed to break. So it would break and it would go off. Hey, Eagle Run, good to see you, bro. You guys need to connect Dust and Eagle Run. He's the 8.6 blackout dude. You guys definitely got to connect.
That 8.6 blackout's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude's a monster, man. He's awesome. He's got a hell of a channel too.
Hold on, he said, I heard they just blow up when you touch one. Who knows? Best practice. Don't touch a SIG. I rock a SIG. But you know what's crazy? I could say the same thing about fucking Anderson. I could say the same thing about Bear Creek Arsenal. I could say the same thing about Arrow Precision. We can go down this fucking line and hurt feelings about this shit,
You can say it about Bear Creek Arsenal. That's the dude. Safety Harbor Firearms ordered like half a dozen barrels from BCA, right? And the barrels came in and he checked them, and one of the barrels had the gas port drilled on the wrong side. Think about that. You're going to install an AR barrel, and the gas port is drilled.
It took me a while to register that what you were saying.
Yeah, it was like, hold on, but because it's got the little pin that goes into the receiver, and imagine being like, what? So now, obviously, you have to install the barrel or install the gas block upside down, and then heat and twist a gas tube like one of those twirly straws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, that would be fire if somebody could. Walt with Safety Harbor Firearms, if you are out there, dude, you have to do that. You have to.
Ting Ting, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. SIG had it. I'm not gonna lie, they had the era where shit was just like
perfection.
Fucked up. It was fucked up. Shit was fucked up.
Dude, I'm going back to their classic line is still hands down the most incredible thing they've ever done. The 226s, 229. I never liked 229, but 226s, 220s, those things are fire. The 226 tac ops, what?
Bro, the AXG Legion.
Eh,
The new one. Have you seen it?
The 320?
It's the 365 technically. It's like a
Oh
macro.
no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that thing is fucking
Hold on, the
crazy.
thing with the panels, like the grip panels, you can change the grip panels on it.
No,
No,
no.
I think I'm thinking of the 320.
No, it's essentially a macro, like a 365 Legion.
That's what's up.
Watch, you'll see. You're gonna put that shit in your hand and be like, yo.
Yeah, 226 is like chef's kiss. Mwah. It is like incredible.
Yo, you know
The
what gun I got
320
for
still
Christmas
has
was
out of
dope?
battery issues. Interesting. Detective John Kimball, good to see you.
What? Who said what?
Detective John Kimball said, I don't know why I can't. Oh my goodness, it was stuck. Detective John Kimball says that, my mouse is messing up.
It says the 320 still has out of battery issues.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Like out of battery detonation issues?
Like you're talking about cracking off a round and it not wanting to seep back.
He said, you don't know shit about the sniper button. You ever heard about the sniper button?
No, I don't know shit about a sniper button.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me put you on. So in Pakistan, there's a place where they make firearms, right?
And everything is full auto and they shoot into the hut.
The same place where they make their pita. Yes. And
Everyone's
they
barefoot.
yes. I mean, they use their feet to build the guns in most
And they
cases.
scratch their ass and mix up food at the same time. Yo, those videos are crazy.
Yeah, they don't scratch. They wipe. It's like, let me stop. Okay.
Oh,
So in Khyber Pass, they make all sorts of crazy machine guns, Glock knockoffs. Actually, pretty impressive stuff through a camera. I've never seen them, touch them, or anything, so they could be junk, right? But they make some pretty impressive knockoffs, Beretta knockoffs, all sorts of stuff, and they're like hand filed, hand fitted. It's actually really interesting to watch. Anyway, when they see stuff and see videos and pictures of stuff, and they take like schematics off the internet, they don't really know what all the stuff on guns do, right? So when they were taking M16s, M4s, and rifles during the GWAT, they were taking them, they were making them, remaking them, and all that shit. But anyway, the guys said that when you're shooting an M4 or an M16,
hold on 1 second before it end up going away. It said, nah, it's real 320 frames are blowing up out there more than often than the Jimenez. Okay. I'm sorry, DLD.
I haven't heard
Where
of
are
it.
you seeing this? Are you seeing this in person, or once again, the internet has fucking spoken? Because I spent a lot of time in the fucking range, and there's a lot of people with SIGs, and I have yet to see one blow up.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Oh, you know what? I just saw the other day.
Okay.
There were some SIGs that I mean, I saw 2 or 3 pictures where SIGs had blown up, but I
Internet.
wouldn't say that that's enough.
Internet.
Yeah. It was on the internet, but that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say that it's enough to say that that's a like a you know uh, what do you call it? Like an epidemic with SIG 320s. But just for me personally, that's what I'm like. I'm just not even going to go in that direction. And I built one, and I have one. I have a SIG 320. I just don't really mess with it.
Because, yo, bro, you're saying the cops are always shooting themselves with it. Because let's be honest, with all due respect, I don't care. Yo, them dudes shoot once they qualify to become a cop, and then they shoot like once a year, if that. See, cops shoot all the time. They all suck. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
this is true, bro. Like, and much respect to the military. Much respect to a lot of military out there, bro. The average military dude sucks as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, bro. This is just
No, most military and law enforcement do
trash.
suck. Most law enforcement has to qualify once, maybe twice a year if they're in. At the absolute maximum, anyone I've ever met in like a go fast kind of role, they have to do it quarterly. Like we literally train way more than law enforcement.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go with this. The 320 was holstered. It shouldn't have went off. That's what they said. The cops say a lot of shit. Get into a fight with a cop and see what he tells the other cops. See what you get charged with.
I saw that video too, but like we don't know what was in the holster. We don't know how he modified the holster. We don't know. Like there's so much other shit that we don't know. Yes, we saw on that video the gun straight up went off while he was trying to. He wasn't even. I don't think he was even physically touching the suspect at that point. The shit just went off. But it could have been one of I don't know. I'm not simping for 320s. I'm not the 320 dude.
Me neither. I'm just like talking the factual shit, bro. Like I'm going not based off the internet. I'm going based off what I physically see, and I see enough to be able to make that call and be like, "Yo, I haven't seen it. I can't
Oh,
speak
he's
for
saying.
everybody else."
Are
There's
you
a
saying it was a
320
320 in a 226 holster? That could cause issues. But yeah, I don't know. People get mad sensitive because look, if all of a sudden all over the internet Glocks just started blowing up, and it was like if you have a Glock past Gen 5 or beyond, and they're just blowing up like crazy, I would probably start asking some questions. But I don't know.
Talk to Hack Creek. See what Hack Creek says.
Dude, he's
Talk
got
to Hack Creek.
several 320s.
Yeah, I'm saying talk to him and see what he says.
Yeah.
And you know as well as I know, shit, he is our instructor. He
Mhm.
trains and he travels to train,
Yep. And he is equally beaten the shit out of his gun belt gun and his EDC gun. I think there's an aspect here that some people are missing. If you are going to choose for a gun to be your gun, and then we'll get back to the sniper button.
Yeah.
If you're going to choose to have a gun be your gun of self-preservation, of like, this is going to be the gun that I carry to potentially defeat life snatching dirtbags. Like this is going to be what I use to extract the soul out of my enemies. Then you better make damn sure that thing is going to work in every single possible aspect. Like if you've not put enough rounds to that thing, like this Shadow Systems, I am beating the shit out of it, and I'm pushing it way beyond anything just to start carrying it. I just put 800 rounds through it, which I know 800 rounds is nothing, but it's because I had some problems with it. But I'm not going to consider that to be one of my carry guns until I hit a certain point. And you're going to find out when shit has issues if you put a couple thousand rounds to that shit. Beat the shit out of it.
I shot out my spring in my Legion, my X5 Legion.
Damn. What was that? 10,000+ rounds?
I don't even fucking know. I know the spring was one length when I put it in, and when I checked on it, I said, "This is not right." I was like, "This is fucked."
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Kimball. He says just because you see cases of something happening more than other platforms doesn't invalidate it because it's on the internet. Yeah, I mean that's valid. You need to take individual situations and take your own personal experiences.
More than other platforms doesn't invalidate because it's on the internet. Come on now. You're right. But I also go to events and I also travel, dude. Like I talk to people like I do a lot of gun shit. I'm just not here doing this. Oh wow, look, a SIG. Another cop shot himself.
What's up, Crumpy?
Like, I'm not saying it's invalid, but we all know not everything on the internet is real. And we all know that people have a tendency of hopping on bandwagons.
Or it could be isolated incidents. It could be I mean, we never know. Like I I would say the same thing for like, dude, you know how long I had second generation 40 cal Glocks when I was younger? I ran the shit out of them, and they're like blowing up all the time, and the internet was filled with the second generation 40 caliber Glocks blowing the fuck up. I never had one blow up. You know, I
That's what I'm
took
saying. Me neither. And you know
yeah.
what's even more funny? I can go on and on about like all these guns, right? The VP9, the HK community doesn't even see the VP9 as a fucking HK.
Oh no, no. If it's anything that was made after the USP,
Yo,
doesn't
they don't
exist.
even see it. They think it's trash.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows about VP9, it's not trash, bro. Like, come on.
It's a very good gun.
And that's the internet. And that's the internet.
I mean, I'm still putting together my 365.
Ben Stoker did a video. If you are interested, I think I did see that. I think I did see
Yeah,
that.
I didn't see any so cops didn't shoot themselves. There were just instances of the guns going off.
Who
But
knows?
also,
If I shoot myself, I'd come back and be like, "Well, I shot myself, guys."
I mean,
well, it's fucking.
that's true. That's I mean, you do rock the Legion on the regular. Crumpy, good to see you. VP9 is better than the USP. Fish
Yo,
says, calm down.
Fish is Fish is triggered immediately.
Yeah, Glock 40, that problem solved. I actually have a Glock 40 right here. I don't know if here, I'll pull it up here. So this is the only 40 that I own, but that is a Glock model 40 in 10 milli. 10 milli, 10 milli, 10 milli.
There it is. Oh, he blew up a Legion, huh?
Dark Glock Gen 2. I have several Gen 2s. I'm a Gen 2 kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? Anything is better than nothing. Give me a Tech 9, even if it's trash. For sure. If you've got, if you literally do not have any firearms, okay, and someone passes you down a SIG 320, I'm not going to say a damn thing to you. Or if that's just your thing and your preference, that's what you want to do. That's what you get your gear for. Do your thing.
Listen, if you ever pass me a Tech 9, just make sure it has a shoelace for a sling. Thank you.
That's right. We talked about that.
And duct tape, electrical tape, not duct tape, electrical tape.
Yeah, it's got to be. Mine was actually, I think mine was actually electrical tape that I showed you. That revolver.
That shit was my favorite. I love that thing.
Dude, I can't believe it took me that long to remember. We were live for like an hour.
I
was like, yo, I got one, and I got another hood gun, that P22 that's been through. Oh man, he said, "Is that gold?"
Yes.
No, it's just old flat dark earth. Just don't give a Tech 22 to Dark. Hey, I paid for that. I just want to add that. Yeah, I also broke it too.
You said I found the Tech 9 in the ditch once. Did you keep it?
You better keep it.
Did you keep it?
Semi-auto? No, look, I know it seems like I'm a gun snob, but hear me out, y'all. A lot of people used to say that Glock fanboys were snobs. Now, what that meant was that, yes, dude, that was like the thing, because they're like, oh, you're a snob, you're a Glock snob. Glock snob was even a thing too, because most of the guns on the market that were available were lower than the cost of a Glock, right? You had all these guns out there that were way cheaper than Glocks. You had Rugers, $200 less than a Glock. You had, Kel-Tecs, $200, $300 less than a Glock. You had all these options that were less than Glocks. But now you have Glocks that are $500, $650, right? And now most handguns are $1,000 or more, right? Look at that 365 Spectre. That is like $10.99. It's crazy. It's expensive.
Sports brand. That might have been mine.
I found a Raven 25 in a dumpster once. Yo, that is, if you find,
that might have been mine. Where was that?
I think we've all had a Raven 25 at some
Yeah,
point.
that's just it. Where was that sports brand?
I had a RG 38 for a minute, and I don't know where that one went. Yeah, but just carry what works for you. Dude, I ditched carrying an extra mag, and I started putting my 5-shot J frame on my left side where my spare mag goes. Because I'm like, dude, I'm gonna draw my Glock, and then when I go to reload, I'll just say, fuck it, bang, 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 bang.
Just
You know?
that's fine. For $1 grand.
Yeah, staccato's like $2,000. Yeah, yep. Sig, the best $500 gun for $1,000. Oh, I was like trying to work that out. Like, what is the best
Yeah,
$500 gun?
I understand what he's saying. It's just I don't know. My Legion hasn't failed me yet, and if it does, I'll be back talking about it. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, you're an honest
I am
person.
honest. I am honest, dude, bro. I'm just saying, like, and
Yeah.
people get mad. They're like, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about." It's like, you sure about that? You sure about that?
Well,
Like,
I think when you're surrounded by something, maybe more than the average person, you have more test cases, and um being around certain industries and in certain industries, you may see things a lot more, whether it be cars or guns or training or whatever. I constantly do. I've spent hours and hours and hours over the past week in 2 local ranges, gun shops, and I've seen people just running like when we would go to Maryland Arsenal, we saw a shitload of people running 320s and all sorts of guns. I didn't see them blowing up there. Doesn't mean it's not happening.
I'm not saying it's
In
not
some cases.
happening. It's just I guess it's not happening by me. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else is collecting data from the fucking internet when the shit's happening. Like that's like you working at a spot, right? That's like you working somewhere or you're there like a lot and you see this shit in person and someone's arguing about what really goes on because of what they're seeing on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Man against the
John Trump
masses.
is a journalist, right? John
Yeah,
Trump is a journalist. That's like me telling him some shit about journalism because I read it on the internet and he's like, Dust, no. Like, Dust, no, it does not work like that. Like, you may think it works like
yeah.
that. People are saying that, but it doesn't. Like, understand I do this. And
Well, I
I do
think if at the range, out of every 10 people that went in there with SIG 320s, if they were blowing up, we'd be, having a
oh
different
man, I'd be
conversation.
like, bro, I've seen hundreds of them and I have not seen one blow up.
Yo, Crump, are you buying this, dog?
Trump needs that.
It's currently in a police auction. Crump, are you buying this? If so, you want to go halvesies on it? So Man Against the Masses says DLD After Dark. I just found out the ship's captain is Ukrainian. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Or maybe it's a big grand conspiracy. I'm just kidding.
John Crump says, I get that every day.
Mm.
Like, yeah, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, it should have fucking
Yeah.
happened.
What's your do I want breaking news? Sure. I'll take that.
He said, I have it. Already did. Think he
Oh,
has
like
it.
what can happen with a poorly finished P80? A lot of bad things can happen with a poorly finished P80 with shitty parts. Or also,
Or
it
not
w-
work. Best case, it doesn't work.
yeah, that's the probably the best thing that could happen when, dude, I saw this one. Oh man. Sometimes you see things and you're just like, please, Lord, protect this man, you know? Uh I saw this dude posted a video to Reddit and he was like, my shit keep or what do you say? It was my shit keep stovepiping, right? It didn't stovepipe at all. It was failure to eject. And as he's sitting there manhandling it, racking the shit out of it, um, his um, uh, slide lock was literally visibly shaking around like this. Now, keep in mind that is the solid piece of steel machined out of solid steel to keep your upper, your slide, and your barrel on your frame. Okay, like the shit could literally go flying forward, or whatever. It could cause serious problems. So what I think is he either had the wrong spring in there, wrong leaf spring in there, or the spring just fell out altogether, or it was off track or whatever. I'm gonna guess no spring, that the dude literally just had that shit floating around in there like this. And people on Reddit destroyed him, like absolutely crucified him, which was also hilarious. But yeah, you got to make sure, man. We can't always be like, oh, we know everything about everything we're talking about, and this is my second P80, so I know everything. Like, no, dude, we always got to be open to learn more and grow and
You gotta
develop.
go through the motions, bro. You gotta break shit. You gotta go through it. Be around people with it and shit. That's why, no offense, I'm probably pissing people off, and if I'm pissing you off, sorry, I'm not sorry. Like, there's just certain things that, like you said, like, you just gotta kind of go through it. You gotta be there for it, versus taking some person's word on Reddit or a Facebook group, which I can't stand Facebook groups. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know.
Hold on, Gutter Cheese. What did you say you carried? I thought I saw you say you carried like a crazy pistol earlier. I forgot to mention on it. What's up, Crumpy?
Hey, not much. No, I have that gun. I bought a police evidence locker a while
that's
ago
right.
for like $150. I got a 870 that was like all taped up. I rebuilt it all, refinished it. Got a Cerakoted, custom engraved, replaced all the furniture on there. I got the High Point. I got another shotgun. I got like 3 more pistols, all for like $150. They all run.
Did it have electrical tape?
What's that?
Did it have electrical tape?
The 870?
Yeah.
Absolutely, it did.
I fucking left that. That's my
Did
favorite.
it really?
Yeah, it did. It had electrical tape, and it had like a rope that was tied to it and like taped up. So it was like a sling with a rope.
Like, yo, that
it was like twine, a twine sling. It was the most ghetto thing ever, man.
How did I miss all of these like awesome?
You've held the 870. I redid it.
Yeah, no. Sorry,
the one with the drum fed now with the side charging, boom boom.
I held
this OD green.
Yeah, I held the High Point too.
Yeah, that's where I got the Tech 22 from.
For real? That was never fired.
Well, they took it from someone.
Yeah. So what's up? What's up with you said breaking news?
Breaking news! Breaking news!
This one is for you, Dark.
Thank you.
Governor Glenn Youngkin just in the past hour or so vetoed every gun bill, including the assault weapons ban, including the 3D printing and homemade firearms ban.
Dude, that's awesome.
Including removing the NRA and USCCA instructors from whoever can give a class.
Dude, that's awesome.
Bro, that's pretty dope.
So every bill is dead.
He did, however, pass one bill allowing the gays to be married.
Yeah, but that's you're gonna have. I don't care about that.
It's the gays.
I don't care about that.
Oh,
so 30 gun bills tonight have been vetoed.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. When it pops off,
including one that would made it illegal for auto sears in case the NFA gets overturned. They were going to ban auto sears. Just in case. Yes.
You out of here?
Me?
Oh no, I think I couldn't really hear him. I just saw him holding up
Oh, dude, I was just going to come on for a second.
I'm not sure. I think his internet was lagging. Oh,
Oh,
here it is. Smith & Wesson 45. Okay, my bad. I probably missed. You probably repeated it already. Let me see. Smith & Wesson 45s are gun hoarders. I'm a total gun hoarder. Crump is absolutely a gun hoarder. Okay, here we are. Smith & Wesson 45. So what Smith & Wesson 45 though? Which one?
oh, get that. Well, can I make a correction?
Sure.
He did not veto the SB 100, which was the serialization of polymer 80s. He did send that back with a modification.
Oh, what? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that was going to require the ghost gun ban. The ghost gun ban.
Okay, so what's the deal?
Well, he removed the part where they require serialization, and out of the part where if a gun has little to no metal in it, there's that Virginia will protect you.
Dang. Dude, I gotta say, I'm surprised. Look, and
Yeah, so the government removed
serialization.
serialization part of the bill and improved the current law by adding protection against someone unknowingly having a plastic firearm with little to no metal components.
Dope. I think no, so Damien, so Dust has been having some um internet issues, and he kind of froze there for a little bit. So I think he had to bounce or something. Let me check. Let me shoot him a text real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold up.
And also, another bill that he modified where they wanted to teach, you know, they wanted to mandate, like schools teaching you about guns and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that is absurd, man.
So now he modified that to say they don't have to teach about guns, but if they do teach about guns, which they can do now, they have to email all the material and what they're going to be teaching to the parents,
Hold on. If they're going to be teaching about guns,
which they can do now.
they're okay. I may have misunderstood then.
Okay, first they wanted it to be mandated that the schools teach about gun safety, blah blah blah, which
Would have been all propaganda BS.
Yeah, but the schools can teach about it now. They're just not required to. But if they do teach about it, they have to send off the stuff to the parents to sign off on it before the kids can be taught it.
I mean, I guess in a way.
So he basically turned a anti-gun bill saying you must teach gun safety to, if you do teach gun safety, which is allowed on the current law now, you have to notify the parents of exactly what you're teaching them, give them a copy of the material before the beginning of the school year, or you can't teach it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Dust said he was trying to say bye. His internet was acting up. 1 second. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just easiest to voice text that.
And then they wanted to increase the penalties for carrying a gun in the hospital.
Oh, dude.
So he modified that to say, well, it's illegal to give someone in the hospital seeking mental help a firearm while they're in the hospital, but it added protection of people carrying guns in hospitals. To basically, it kind of like made the law less weak, the current law less weak. So they're not going to pass that. And they're what's called poison pills.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you are familiar with poison pills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, basically, somebody makes something with one intention, you agree to it with a change or update of some sort, and then kind of flip it on them. Like yeah, hit the flizzerp on the scissor.
So Dust is kick up Dust is coming back on.
No, he had to bounce.
Oh.
The poison pill 7 and 6. Yes, 7 and 6 is the poison pill. So here's my thing. So I knew and I know that Governor Youngkin has some future further political aspirations,
No, he
and
kept his promise that he made to me. That's all I can say.
yeah, I mean,
'Cause he told me he was going to veto all of it, and he's like, I'm just not going to come out and say it, but I guarantee you that no gun bill is going to pass. If I'm governor.
I'm surprised because in the past he had opportunities to come out as in favor of our natural rights, right? I don't know why people make this political theater over gun stuff, right? Like it's not you know they're politicizing shit that shouldn't be politicized, and I mean obviously we all know this, but anyway, he's never really come out as pro-gun, and one of the only things that he's done for Virginia is making these lawful again because it just happened to hit his desk, which is also dope, and I appreciate
Well,
that.
he told me that he was going to do that before he got elected too. He's like, I'm planning on signing this.
Yeah,
He's
no,
like, but I'm not going to talk about it, but this is what I plan to do. And I can tell you off the record. And like what I told him, we can't, and this is when I was the GOA director of Virginia, like we can't endorse you unless you.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually what I was going to bring up was that so when you were the director,
we had this discussion earlier on my show.
Yeah. When you were the director of the GOA for Virginia, you went to go talk to Governor Youngkin, and you were basically saying like, "Hey, we'll support you, or we'll whatever y'all were working out. That's private, but as long as you fill out this survey." And as long as you, publicly come out and say that you're in favor of the Second Amendment and yada yada yada, and he refused to sign it and refused to fill out the survey. And
He said he did what he told people he wasn't going to fill out any surveys.
Yeah, which usually is a way to say, I want to stay neutral. I don't want to stay on the left or right side or whatever, because once I do one thing in one direction, then I have to commit to that direction. And if I have future political aspirations, if I need to run on the right or the left, which should tell all of you guys that there is no trusting any politician. Like that shit does not matter. Doesn't matter what side they're on. You cannot trust them because they blow whichever way the wind blows, and no one politician is going to save us, period.
I gotta give him credit though, man. He told me, he's like, this is what I'm gonna do. I cannot say it. I mean, he's like, I can't come out and say it, but this is what I'm going to do. And he did.
Sorry, I accidentally muted. I'll say this. Governor Youngkin wrote a letter to my church because of what he did, where basically there were several aspects to this bill, but aside from doing all these great things with not allowing this 30 plus firearm restricting bills to come into play, he struck all of them down. He vetoed all of them. He did, however, there was some different aspects to this bill. I should probably pull it up, but basically, part of it allows certain religious, churches, right? It allows certain churches to say, we don't want to allow you to get married here. We don't want to marry 2 men. We don't want to marry 2 women. We don't want to marry 6 people. We don't want to marry whatever to just stay committed to their own beliefs or whatever, right? Well, with that though, it basically makes Virginia fall under the federal ruling of sodomy marriage. So what's up, benchies? So now it is lawful in the state of Virginia for people engaging in sodomy and people engaging in scissoring and all sorts of stuff to for men to marry men, women to marry women, and all that. And now Virginia um, legally, see what would the term be? We legally recognize same-sex marriages, which I think is wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's gay. I think it's really gay.
imagine
Doo-doo.
that.
Get it? See what I did there? Yes,
Yeah.
Mike McClune, you nailed it. Butt sex. If you go back to the original, in my opinion, the Bible states that a man should not lay with a boy. Depending on what version you read, it's essentially a man should not lie with another man as he would with a woman. I mean, I don't think. Well, our job is to be fruitful, right? How could a man be fruitful with another man, or a man be fruitful with a boy or a man or a prepubescent girl? All of it is sexual deviancy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
BB Luminous says, "I love canned fish and stuff like that." Good way to move that over. There are marriages and there are partnerships. Yeah. Isn't your motto there, Virginia is for lovers? Yes, this is true. I would much rather live free or die, like New Hampshire, but hey,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
it says Virginia is for lovers, and then they have a picture of a woman with her breast out killing someone.
Yes, and it says
On the
Sic
flag.
Semper Tyrannis, where you can't look, Virginia. You can't tread on us. Now, a lot of people in Virginia, as a matter of fact, if you look at Virginia as a triangle, there's this little rhombus of an area up there that is completely extreme in their values. When you look at, they're very left leaning in that area.
Like
Aside
my
from
area.
that, aside from that, it's really mostly a very free thinking state, and people, anyone that's engaged with any type of public office needs to realize that you can't just bank on 2 counties at the tip of Virginia to run the show. So anyway,
Yeah.
what I mean for making your decisions. Sorry.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
So anyway, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We're coming up on 2 hours, and I got some other stuff I got to get done because I have a very exciting day tomorrow. Trump, anything else you want to hit on before we?
No, I'm just very, very happy. I wanted to break the news somewhere, and I figured I would give you the first person on YouTube to break it.
I appreciate that. It's so funny how with like a very monotone voice, Crump is like, "I am very, very happy,"
Dude,
like a robot.
I am part robot. What are you talking about?
I am so thrilled right now, if you cannot tell in my voice.
All right, jackass.
Richmond from Richmond. Yeah, that was a good track. What do you think about Pete Diddy? Or I mean Pete Puff, I mean, him.
So was he on the plane or not?
I think he already bounced. I think he
Well, his plane's in Antigua, which doesn't have a
well, I thought they grabbed it on the way out of Miami.
No, the plane
he
made it to
wasn't in there.
Antigua.
Okay. I thought they held one of his planes. I thought he had more than one plane, and they held one or something like that.
I
may
don't
have
know, maybe.
misunderstood. Salmon is yum. The diddler.
P Diddley.
P Diddler.
P Diddley.
I do when I put Pedo Diddy, I got a big reaction out of that on IG. You know how you can put a note over your thing? like on your DMs.
Yeah.
Crump playing Hell Drivers 2 for
Hell Divers.
Democracy.
Hell Divers too.
Did the Diddy Diddler do it?
For democracy.
For democracy.
No, Hell Divers. It's like kind of like a Starship Troopers where you could have the Patriot of Patriotism as your ship's name. It's funny.
I've been permitless carrying in Virginia the whole time I've been here, and it ain't even constitutional carry. Yes, there is no permitless
I'm not looking
carry.
at who that is, but I can guess who that is.
I'm pretty sure you could take a guess. It's a certain star.
Yeah. I was looking at something totally different. No, my camera on my X1 Carbon have died, so they got to replace it.
Really?
It's not dead. It's just not working properly. It's like a greenish. When it gets hot, it gets.
How many hours have
pink.
you hit on your printer?
Dude, I have my printer going like almost 24/7.
Yeah.
So probably I don't know. Probably
I just
over
for
1,000.
reference, I just hit 700, and I've been running it since Black Friday. I mean, there's a lot of downtime too because I'm printing and then I'm prepping packages. I'm like packaging the stuff and then I'm loading packages and shipping them out. But now I'm doing color swaps, which it would be very, very helpful to have the AMS. But yeah, it is what it is. So eventually I'll get the AMS, but I think now I'm at like 740 or 50 hours or something like that. But dude, after seeing that V4 Plastikov, bro, I want to print that ish. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it. I'm currently building a 3D robot.
A what?
Oh, a robot.
You're building a robot?
Yeah. Printing out the parts at least. The electronics, I'm at the hand solder and everything else like that.
Does the robot have a gun?
Well, I have to hand solder everything.
Okay. All right, so that's a yes. DLD After Dark, have you seen my V4 Plastikov? I have not. Okay, so hold on. So first, I need you guys to give Rich a whole lot of crap because Rich, he was constantly all day, every day talking about this Gatling gun. He's like, "Oh, I got these Gatling guns, these parts, and these Gatling gun parts, and I need to do this and that." And I was like, "Dude, you need to do it." I said, "Look, Rich, I even found a great deal on AR barrels." I sent him the link. He bought 6 AR barrels. He literally printed everything. It's like over a week of 3D printing. Okay. He does it and then he stops because he needs to buy a couple bearings and parts. And I'm asking him about it and I'm like, "Dude, why did you stop? You seem like you're not even interested about it anymore." He's like, "Oh, I just kind of got hung up on some things on the project." I was like, "Well, what'd you get hung up on?" He's like, "Oh, I need to get some things." I said, "Okay, well, what do you need to get? I'll help you." He's like, "Oh, I need to get 2 bearings." I was like, "Okay, hold on, Rich. Hold on." So you 3D printed for like 9 days, okay? Actually more than that because he had like 2 36-hour prints fail like 34 hours into it of carbon fiber. So that's like $120 in filament gone right there with the carbon fiber nylon that he's using. And you bought 6 barrels. You 3D printed for 9 days. You bought the 6 AR-15 barrels. You have everything you need. You printed hundreds and hundreds of links, and you linked up all your ammo and all this stuff, and you stopped because you need to order 2 bearings. Like, what? So I tried to push him. So we all need to give him crap so Rich can get his stuff together and finish the project. That's all. For me, I have some projects going right now. I have a SIG 365 project. All I need is a grip module and some mags. I have the slide, barrel, and all. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys. Hang on. Matter of fact. Woo! All right. This is exciting. Okay, so you guys probably saw this. Let me keep this low because it's got a serial number on it. But unfortunately, there is currently no 80% SIG 365 receiver, whatever you want to call it, like a MUP. Doesn't exist. So I told.
Well, it probably exists. It's just probably not for sale because of
Well,
reasons.
actually, no, they got held up on one part. There's one part that can't be duplicated by the stamping process. And looking at it, I don't know why, but they I'm not sure. But the fine people over at JSD Supply, Patmos, Getting Optics, all those guys, Eagle Shows, I was saying that I really wanted to one day build a SIG 365 and that I would actually carry a SIG 365. So Putang was in the stream when I said that. So the fine boys and girls over at Patmos, JSC Supply, all the same here, sent me a SIG 365 upper complete slide, RMSC cut. They actually have a factory SIG barrel in there. These kind of look like, I'm not going to lie, these kind of look like factory SIG parts. I was actually really surprised to see this. I don't know. They may be all OEM internals. And if not, it's okay because look, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes some of the stuff from Patmos leaves a little bit to be desired, but their SIG stuff is way elevated compared to the other Patmos stuff. Now there are new generations of Patmos Glock stuff out there, so I got to give that stuff a try. But this is their SIG 365. This is the regular small boy. I may put a threaded barrel in there and comp it or something like that so I can put it on like an X macro grip or something. But I got this. Then I said, you know what? I need to pick something up. So look what I got. Bam. So I went out and I got this.
I know where you got that from.
I bet you do.
Did you buy it from a store? I saw it the other day.
Maybe.
It's not the one that's over with an X, right? It's another store.
It's the other one.
Yep, that's what I thought. I saw that. I almost bought that. You fly
Dude,
dog.
They got a bunch of them there.
I know they do. I almost bought it.
So this is the gold fire control unit from SIG. This is all OEM SIG fire control unit. It's crazy because this seems like way more like better put together than a 320.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I don't think it looks like. I think it is better put together.
Yeah, because it seems like when I'm holding a 320 fire control unit, I feel like the parts are going to kind of pop out, but this seems solid. So this is that gold trigger. Lightning McQueen, what up? Wish they could hurry up on that FCU. Well, so even if I was misinformed and they're completely done with it, then they're not going to be able to sell it now anyway. What is the current status on? I'm going to ask you a few questions and then we'll wrap up. What is the current status on? Well, hold on real quick. So for this build project, I'm waiting on Shooting Gallery. Joe with Shooting Gallery actually said, I have an extra grip module. I'll send it to you. And I was like, we're dope. So I actually paid for the shipping. I bought a shipping label and sent it over to him, and he's sending that my way. So heck yeah, thank you. And then I'll have this put together pretty soon. But what's the current status on the legalities of selling like frame blanks, like unfinished frames and receivers right now?
You can't do it. I mean, I know there's some people that are doing it, but they're not supposed to. Whether they prosecute or not, it's different. But there's currently there's injunctions that allow people to do it, but they're all stayed by the Supreme Court until they can decide whether to grant a writ of certiorari or not.
So currently there's a lot of people on Reddit running around saying like, oh, what companies are selling frames and receivers and PAD kits? They're selling them for like $250 and they're selling out like crazy. And I'm sitting on like a pallet of them. I'm like, man, I would love to. So obviously I would not sell them for that much. That is insanity. But hey, Baptized in Fire, good to see you. Lightning McQueen, both you guys, Morningstar, JC9, all y'all. Sport Brand, my guy. I know I said what's up to some of y'all earlier, but anyway. But I would love to put normal priced frames and rails and jigs and all that back on the market. Right now, DLD Hardware only sells jigs, tools, parts, like just other stuff for building. I've never sold frames, never, ever sold frames on DLD Hardware. I just want to say that. But what do you think these? I don't want to say anything. What do you think could potentially happen if a company were to just say F it and start selling frames? You
What
think they could
I
potentially
think
be in
could
legal
happen,
issues?
or what I think will happen?
Could
That's two different
happen.
things. What could happen is they could be charged with selling unserialized firearms and violating the GCA for selling firearms without a firearms license and without a background check and stuff like that. Basically anything that they can charge you with for selling an unserialized Glock, whatever. I don't think that the ATF is going to move on that until SCOTUS decides whether to grant certiorari or not, or whether SCOTUS hears it. And even because if SCOTUS decides they're not going to grant certiorari, they're not going to do a writ of cert, they're not going to grant cert, then that means that the Fifth Circuit decision stands, which is a nationwide injunction, which would mean anyone that they charged is now been falsely charged. So I don't see any of these companies getting in trouble if Supreme Court either denies cert or grants cert and rules in the favor of the good guys. But the issue comes in where
If we lose
and you sold that, you're effed because they are going to come after you.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous game. Do I think we're going to win? I honestly, if I was a betting man, I would bet that we're going to win. But pinning your hands in the life of the court when the court can do whatever the hell they want, and you never, ever can know 100% what they're going to do,
For sure.
it is dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I was just
but
curious.
hey, man, if you want to take that risk, I'm not going to stop you, man. I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I think with how much I've put myself out in the public, with how much it would be very easy for anybody to figure out who I am, where I'm at, and all that stuff. So, I mean, clearly, I have never hidden from law enforcement. That's been very clear with me doing 6 to 9 hours of shows every week.
Have you ever
so
tagged them with and sent them information about buying solvent traps?
not solvent traps, no.
Okay.
I have tagged them on X,
Oh,
but
not solvent traps.
Twitter.
Oil filters.
No, I've not done that.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah.
I don't know who
Yeah.
would have done that. That's crazy.
That sounds absurd. Why would anyone ever do that?
I don't know, man.
That's the helicopter again, dude. How crazy is it that we're? I don't think it's related. It's
The helicopter that flies over?
yes, it's like the same 3 times nearly every night. You hear it
Yeah,
too?
I know what it is. They also fly over at 9. So
Yes.
your flight path is right over it.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I
So
can tell
is
you
it
where they
coming
go.
from
I
the
know exactly
hospital?
what it is. Every night at this time and at 9 o'clock,
Hold
they
on, don't
fly
say it,
Black
don't say it real quick. I'm thinking weather or hospital. Sorry, go ahead.
You got weather. They're going about weather.
Okay, damn. All right. Or
It's their training drill. They've been doing it for years.
because it's not traffic. The times that they're doing it wouldn't make sense for traffic. So I was like, it's got to be weather related, or it's got to be for the hospital. But I was like,
No, they fly one direction and they fly the other direction.
yeah. Don't
So
dox yourself, bro. I've literally signed legal documents that were published on YouTube by over a dozen content creators with my full
and
government
we're
name.
also introduced into Congress one time, and another one that was introduced into a federal court case.
Yes, yeah, I'm out there. I'm there ain't no way that people don't and you know what? I appreciate the fact that when it all came out, I was like, guys, look, yes, I get it. You saw it, it exists, it's there, you know it, but don't be weird. Just continue to call me dark and don't be weird. All right. And some people were like, yo, your name is whatever. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, but don't be weird, call me dark. And that was it. That was the end of it. You know, I thought it was definitely going to be would receiver flats count as frames? So
no, receiver
yeah.
flats are specifically called out in the rule as not being frames.
Yeah, the it's okay. He's a Fed. The thing that these are these are items that have been evaluated by the ATF, and the ATF has said no, these are bad. These are guns. So anything outside of that wouldn't be included in what we're talking about.
Well,
But yes,
and the rules
flats.
themselves, they say that receiver flats are still not firearms.
Yeah,
That's
they
in the new rule.
do. They specifically say that, yes. But I'm just saying that, like, if someone were to come out with a you know, a Glock flat that you could hammer out into or you know, whatever, something like that. Like, technically, that wouldn't be something that you know, has been, you know, like, okay, so you know how a SIG 320 is, or a SIG 320 fire control unit is. Strike Industries came out with like the Glock module that goes in a Glock frame, where the frame is a grip module and the serialized portion is the fire control unit. If somebody took that and it was like sheet metal and they could use a press or something like that, that hasn't been evaluated by the ATF. That hasn't been put into this court case,
Well,
and therefore wouldn't apply to what we're talking about here.
yeah, probably not. But if you have a flat 320, I don't see how that they can rule that that's a firearm, because they actually, they just said set me's and AK flats, and even the Sten stuff, they said there's not firearms. So I don't know how they would be able to go ahead and say that is.
But is a MUP considered a flat?
A MUP is not considered a flat, so I'm saying it would actually have to be flat.
Yeah.
Like actual flat. Hence what the name says, flat.
Yeah. I was curious. I didn't think it would be. I know all the names. Selling secrets for 100 Bitcoin each. 100 bit isn't it like over $50,000 per Bitcoin right now?
It's over 70 now.
Dude, Sport Brand, come on, man. How you gonna put me out there like that? Dark's mother calls him Francis. Dang it. Man.
I will say that I'm really happy with Bamboo. The camera broke, it's out of warranty, and they're replacing the camera module anyway. Just to put that out there.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, we were talking about that too. There's a short section of sheet metal rain gutter, a receiver. Probably at this point, everything. No, I'm kidding. No, Just think that this should be a time when our industry is innovating, because if they're trying to shut down every single other thing that we have going on, then it would be a great time to innovate to where, we could give them additional work. Okay. Um, Sell what we can to, to the industry, keep these companies alive, because they're actively trying to do every single thing they can to destroy the industry. Because, guys, remember, people say like, "Oh, the gun industry is this huge industry," and that gun building is less than 3% of the gun industry.
No,
Okay.
way far. Way. I think it's actually.
Well, now I'm sure it's probably
I
way
mean,
less
if you
because
if
of
you
what they've done.
include, I mean, to get to 3%, you have to include like all the companies making slides, barrels, parts, kits, everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Okay, I
all
thought you meant
all
just
like
the frames.
yeah, no. So I'm referring to not just the frames, lowers, whatever, slides, barrels, extra parts, lower parts kits, slide parts kits. Like, out of the whole industry, we make up under 3%, right? And likely less over the last year and a half with all this crazy stuff that's gone on. It has essentially killed building for a lot of people. They don't even want to look at it or touch it or do anything with it, because they're like, I want to wait till the Supreme Court gives the final word on it. It's
Well,
just,
there was a there was a company that agreed to a court order to shut down out of Florida
who's that?
a couple of days ago. Give me 1 second. I have it right here.
Clint Eastwood, I would happily answer your question. Um, my So two things. I have the first generation red follower Shield Arms 43X magazines. My two go-to that are in the carry rotation currently are the red followers. One is a 15 round magazine. The other one is a 15 plus. I was thinking 15 plus one, but 15 round magazine with a 5 round extension, which is in my Waistband right now. And this has been 100% reliable, zero issues. I have literally never had a malfunction in my 43X. There is a small group of people that have reported with the older magazines that after like 50 to 100 rounds, they start having malfunctions. I have not personally seen that ever. My
Yeah,
Shield Arms mags. Yeah,
I
you
have
use them
a
too.
bunch of Shield Arms mags, and I've hit thousands of rounds through them, and really haven't had any issues. I
The
don't have the
only
20 round insert. I only have the 15 rounders. So
The only issues that I've had are with the red follower magazines. They changed the which are the second gen. No, I'm sorry. The red followers are the second gen. The gray followers are the third gen. The third gen, they changed slightly the magazine release. So the red followers won't fit in my 43X, but they'll fit in my 48, because they take a different magazine um, um, mag release. Sorry. And I was like, dude, I'm not going to drop another like $30 on another mag release. I'm just going to say these mags are for my Glock 48. These mags are for my 43X, and then separate them that way. But for me, they've run flawlessly.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, getting back to it was Still Fox out of Florida. They entered into a consent agreement with Connecticut and agreed to shut down to get out of paying like $250,000 to Connecticut.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's so whack. But it was to the state. It wasn't to the GATF. It wasn't
No, it
fines
was
or
to the
anything
state
like
of
that.
Connecticut.
For what? For breaking rules with
They
gun building stuff?
For shipping stuff to Connecticut, I guess. They agreed to shut down. They agreed to dissolve. They had to surrender their internet domain to Connecticut and deactivate all their social media accounts.
You know what's a super interesting thing? And that sucks to hear that, but I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, "Hey, since you've moved your website over, Are you going to totally disconnect from X, Y, and Z on my last, whatchamacallit? I don't want to give too much info out just in case, stuff. And I was like, I haven't really thought about that. I'm going to, stop paying at X date and just disconnect it. And he was like, what you should do, you can literally purge all the information, delete everything, and you can obviously, if anyone, especially in law enforcement, wanted to go find information, they could do that. They could, whatever. But it was kind of cool to be like, oh, dude, I could totally like, get rid of all the records of at least what my current setup being connected to the first year and a half the DLD hardware was alive. And I was like, oh, dope. That's pretty sick. I don't believe it'll work for the 10 millimeter. Crump
No,
may
I
know
don't think
better than
so.
me. No, it won't. I don't think so. I think it's a different fire control unit altogether.
The parts are definitely different. Because the X10, the 10 millimeter and the 45 use a different part than the 9, I believe.
So I was always curious about this because the MUP and the SIG fire control unit are the same for 9, 40, 357 SIG, whatever.
Yeah, 940 and 357 SIG, but for
Hold on,
45 and 10 millimeter, the SIGs are different.
No, I think the 45 is the same. I think the 10 is different.
No, that the 45 and 10 are both different. The 9, 357, and 40 are the same.
You sure?
The 10 and 45 are the same.
Okay. So I wasn't sure, but
I'm 100% sure of that.
It always blew my mind that the ejector is the same for at least 9, 40, and 357 SIG on the 320s, but for every other gun ever in existence, excuse me, you had to change the ejector when you changed calibers, and I was just really blown away by that. Crump is right. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because the 45s and the 10 millimeters, those are interchangeable.
Okay. Yeah,
but the 40, 357, and 9s, they're interchangeable, but they're not interchangeable with the 45 or 10 millimeters.
Gotcha. So, this brought me to kind of go down a little bit of a rabbit hole with the MUPs. And what I found was if you have a SIG 320 that was built on a MUP, if you're using magazines that don't have a built-in floor plate that stop on the grip module when you insert them, there is there's no over insertion safety. There's nothing that stops the magazines from being over inserted. So what that means is that the magazine can get jammed directly, smashed directly into the ejector, which if that's compromised, that is, built in with the fire control unit or the MUP, depending on if yours is serialized or not. So it just made me kind of think about that. And that's when I saw, okay, it's the way it is with the MUP is actually the same exact way with the serialized fire control units too, that ejector is actually integrated with the entire fire control unit. So if somebody were to slam a magazine up there during a mag change, and it doesn't have a floor plate that stops it from being inserted, then you could totally bend your ejector, which could cause issues. Thanks. Since I can go that route, I've shown Dark my module plan for it, but I'll just stick with 9 for it. I don't remember. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you. I think you did show me. My bad. I'm not used to the different names on different on different places.
Yeah, it gets kind of confusing, right?
Yeah. But I the 320s are cool. I just I had to build one out because I wanted to see if I could do it. It's like more than 40 holes. It's difficult compared to a, Glock or something like that. Milling and drilling and removing metal is always
And you
different.
did it with a hand tool, a hand drill too, which was
I did on the floor with a hand drill.
insane.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Not with a hand drill. No, I had to use a drill press.
But it was fun. It was a learning experience, and I would recommend that anyone,
Use a hand drill. I would recommend you use a drill press.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If I was saying I would recommend anyone build one to try it out, but
I'll tell you with a hand drill like that.
Yeah, no,
like
no.
Next level hard.
Here's what I recommend. Go to BitKit and go get one of those $20 bit kits, which are way, way better bits than the ones that come with the MUP and the jig and all that stuff. The ones that come with, and they know it, right? Like even Putang that worked with JSD, he sent me a bit kit, which instead of me using it, I gave it away in a giveaway, and someone else had, the most beautiful time building their MUP while I'm in my basement on the floor, like, trying to drill it. But yeah, get whatever the $20 or $30 bit kits. It will make it so much easier. So much easier. Isn't the ejector problem common with most handguns? Excellent question. No, it's not, because almost every other platform out there has an over insertion safety. So, like for an example, Glocks, you can't over insert the magazine into them. Berettas, you can't over insert the magazine into them. Sig 226s, you can't over insert the magazine. There's even high points have an over insertion safety. So basically it's not like, oh, Sig 320s are bad because of this. I'm just saying that it's something to consider, and just remember to not, for anyone with a 320, don't like jam. If you have a 30 rounder, hold on, the 30 rounders have a little piece of polymer on the bottom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a compact, there may be a gap, but if basically if you're running anything that doesn't stop on the grip module, then it could be over inserted in there. So just don't slam it in there if it doesn't stop on the grip module. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, by the way, you go to Rumble and look up classic firearms. They did something on the Glock 46. It's a lot more in depth on Rumble than on YouTube.
What are you talking about?
The Glock 46.
Are you saying to look it up right now?
No, I'm just saying whatever.
What's the
it's
Glock
really
46?
interesting. A Glock 46. It's not sold in the United States, and it won't be sold in the United States because I don't think anyone would buy it. But it was designed primarily for like the German police forces, because they had, when you break it down, you can't pull the trigger, and you shouldn't be able to break it down with the magazine in the gun. Also, it has like a rotating barrel. I'll show you a picture of it really quick.
I think I've seen. I know what you're talking about. Super weird looking Glock.
Yeah, they it looks like it has a switch on the back, but it's not a switch. Definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of it, but they broke it down, and how you break it down. And the trigger's like 12.5 pounds.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh, I have seen this. That's right. You can like pull the doesn't the
you have to
striker
like twist the thing, pull it back, slide it off, rotating barrel,
whack.
And the trigger is 12.5 pounds, which is freaking insane.
Yeah, no, that's not 380. I was thinking of a different one. Originally, the civilian Glocks in a lot of other countries were 26 sized, 19 sized, 17 sized, but they were in 380 ACP, but only because a lot of other countries have caliber restrictions on, what you're allowed to have. You can't, in some of those countries, you cannot have military issued caliber. So if your military law enforcement has 9mm, 40, 45, whatever, you can't have anything beyond like a 380 ACP or something like that.
I read a story and that was published in The Guardian about someone finding an ammo round, and it was like made national news. It was a 22, and they were tracking down whose round of 22 it was.
Dude, that's like Massachusetts. There was I was talking to Shooting Gallery New England when he was in New England. Now he's just Shooting Gallery official. But he had said, if you don't have a FOID card and somebody like left a Walmart bag with a box of like 100 rounds of hollow points or something like that in your car by accident, if you don't have a FOID card, you can literally get arrested and go to jail and be charged with a felony for having ammunition. Or if someone gets in your car and drops a few loose rounds on accident or whatever, right? It's, man, that place, God bless that place, man. I feel terrible for it. Hey, John Crump News, will Chicago ban Glocks for civilians? What do you think about
Well,
that?
there's a interesting thing that you bring that up, because there is a bunch of
Dirtbags
AGs that signed a letter to ban Glocks,
which is absolutely absurd. That's like saying you're going to ban Toyota Corollas.
Yeah. The AG of New Jersey is like the guy that's like leading the charge, I guess.
He said, dude, I used to carry loose casings and a cup holders of all doors. Yeah, I mean, I've dropped so many 22 rounds in parking lots. Yes.
Yeah. So I do see them trying to do it, to try to say, hey, these are readily convertible into machine guns is what they're going to.
But dude, how did all of these switches get in here from other countries? Tens of thousands of switches coming in from China and other countries. Do you guys think it's odd that, oh, our country's falling apart because of fentanyl? Where's it coming from? China. Or our country's falling apart because of certain, viruses. Where's it coming from? China. Or a country's falling apart because of switches. Where are they coming from? China. Oh, all of our agricultural land is being bought up by other nations. Who's buying them? Where are they from? China. It's like,
Yeah.
are we
Well,
noticing
the
a trend here?
lawsuit, the Chicago lawsuit is trying to sue them to get Glock to ban the sale of Glocks, basically, and all these AGs are signing on saying ban the sale of Glocks. They don't want to take our handguns, just our Glocks, which is the most popular handgun in the world. They want to take our AR-15, which is the most popular rifles in the world.
Yeah.
But they don't want to take our firearms. They just want to take the two most popular firearms in the world.
And by the way, for the AR-15 being the most widely used, the most fielded for, not even considering civilians right now, right? The most fielded in every application for law enforcement, military, blah, 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 right? For civilians, it is the most popular rifle in existence, right?
It's probably the most popular gun. 21% of every firearm sold in this country, 21% are
Is an
AR-15s.
AR-15 variant. Now, pause that for a second. How many people were killed last year from all rifles? 561.
Under 500.
I thought it was 461.
461.
Either 461 or 561. I can't.
I think it's 461.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember offhand. But either way, I think it was 561. I think the year before that was under 500. But either way, even if we just say 500, okay, that is all rifles, all bolt action rifles, all 22s, all 30-06s, all ARs, all AKs, all everything. But if you look up anything last year and look up, how there were what 7,
and that's all long guns, by the way.
All long guns.
Yeah, shotguns, whatever, everything.
Yeah, that's true too. Shotguns too. If you were to look up just ARs, the numbers would be remarkably
They don't
low.
they just don't keep the numbers.
Yeah. They don't.
It
And I
would be
wouldn't
such a
expect them
small
to.
number.
Yeah. But if you were to look at it, well, we even had Val come on the show on John Crump News, John Crump Live today, and he said that just in Philadelphia last year there were like 760 something carjackings, armed carjackings. Okay, there were more carjackings in Philadelphia last year than all human beings killed by long guns in the country. Like, think about that. How crazy. Now, obviously, carjackings don't always end in fatalities, but I'm just saying the number is so staggeringly low.
That
Why are
also
they making
includes
it the main
suicides too,
focus? Yeah,
and
and that
accidental
includes
shootings, and
suicides, negligent, you know, ADs, NDs, like all everything.
I think it's under 400. I mean, under 500.
Yeah, it's crazy. 0.02%. But of course, the number one focus for them is getting this thing off the street. Glock came out with Gen 5 because, and this is something that has been openly discussed, the reason that the 5th generation of Glocks existed was because they saw the potential liability ahead of time, and they said to get away from this potential liability of people saying these are way too readily convertible, right? This is what they did to open bolts. You remember open bolt Max and open bolt Techs, open bolt Mac 11s, open bolt Mac 10s, all that stuff. They canceled that shit like Nino, and they said, nope, you can't have them, can't make them anymore. They're too easily converted. So now, man, this may literally be their plan. Let's flood the United States with so many Glock switches that they're now so readily convertible to machine guns. The reason that they came out with a 5th generation was they changed the rear of the frame to where it couldn't accept a switch. Now, of course, all you need is a razor blade in 20 seconds to change that, right?
Yeah.
But Chicago is blaming Kia.
Well, they said
and
Kia
Glock.
because Kias get stole a lot.
That is so insane. What about YouTube publishing the videos of people stealing Kias in 10 seconds and getting millions and millions and millions of views?
The Kia boys.
Is YouTube accountable for that? Of course not.
Good.
It's so ridiculous, man. The fact that like we are in a world of people running from accountability. We are in a world of people that are just massive bleeding vaginas, and it is just a shame.
So the average death due to a long gun is under 500 a year. The average death of people getting tangled up in their sheets and being strangled to death in their sheets at nighttime
over
is
1,000.
900 a year.
There you go. So
technically, you have a greater chance of
as likely.
You're twice as likely of being strangled, but accidentally strangling yourself with your sheets or your bed than being shot by any type of long gun.
Yeah. Just how it says, you must be pretty down bad to steal a Kia. You got to be down on your luck to steal a Kia. Glocks aren't a problem.
Dude, hey, man, my Kia is nice.
Glocks aren't a problem the same way an easy to jack Kia or Charger is. None of them are the problem. The problem is the crime, right? Like,
I do have a Kia, by the way.
He does have a Kia.
I have a. I do. I have a Kia. I have a Honda. I have a Genesis, which is made by Hyundai, which is also made by Kia. But then I have a Kia Telluride Nightfall, which is actually really nice.
Ooh, that's a good one. Dark and John, what's your favorite Glock right now besides the 43X?
If I can only have one Glock, it would be Glock 19. It's still concealable?
Now hold on, pause. Go ahead and finish and I'll ask.
It's still concealable. It's also, you can also hip carry it as well. You can get, you can run the 17 magazines, you can run the 19 magazines as well too. So if you have a 19 magazine, you can run it. If you have a 17 magazine, you can run it. But if you have a 17 and you can only run across 19 magazines, you're gonna have a little bit of an issue. Another thing is that there's a lot more 19s out there than 17s or any other types of Glocks. So if you're gonna run across something with a magazine, it's probably going to be a 19 magazine. You can also run the 19 magazines and 17 magazines and Glock 26s, but it's a little bit too small for everyday thing. So I would have to go with the 19.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Now, my question would be, what generation? And so what generation?
That I would have to go right now with a Gen 3.
Gen 3. So that, in my opinion, that is the generation of perfection. However, my decision, and I know some people are not going to like this because I'm a builder. Builders run Gen 3 shit for the most part, right?
Well, if you need to replace a part, there's a hell of a lot more Gen 3 stuff out there than Gen 5 or anything. So I'm thinking about like, hey, shit hit the fan. I need to repair my Glock.
Even just all applications, even just everyday carry.
No, I'm just saying it's just the most versatile, the most easiest to repair. There's more of them out there. You can run 17 mags, you can run 19 mags. It's bigger than the 26, so you don't have to have that like short grip. So it's going to be better at a distance. It's going to be better to carry, instead of like IWB to outside the waistband carry as well.
Yeah, it's a good compromise between a carry gun, a duty gun. I'd say it like that because that kind of removes the civilian aspect of it, but you guys know what I mean. Work gun, combat gun, whatever you want to call it. However, my decision would actually be a Gen 545. Gen 545 MOS all the way. That thing is tits. I literally, that after I shoot a 17 so much better than I shoot a 19, and so I can still shoot a 19 very, very well, but the difference would be hitting a silhouette at 100 yards with a 19 or hitting a silhouette in the head at 100 yards with a 17. So I prefer the 17 grip, and I'm totally fine with a 19 muzzle. So Gen 545, every other aspect that we just talked about would be, a Gen 3 17 or 19 would be preferable in the sense of, do I need to replace parts? Do I need to grab magazines? Am I going to potentially be using a magazine off of someone else's, off of a donor's, kit? But honestly, if I was in like a terrible situation and I was black on ammo and I came across, I would literally take my pocket knife and cut an inch off of my grip if I needed to run 19 magazines or breech load that mofo. I don't care, right? But obviously that's kind of a joke and also kind of not. If you've never cut through polymer before, you can do
Glock
it with
7.
a pocket knife. Yes,
it's made out of porcelain.
Yes, costs
It
more than
costs
you
as
make
much
in
as
2
you
months.
make in a month, pal.
Yeah, pal. Yeah, Gen 545 MOS. That would be the one.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like the fact that, I mean, 45. There's still a lot of 45 out there, but it's a dying caliber. And if you're gonna run across like I'm thinking, in a situation, you're
I'm
going
sorry,
to be.
Sorry, let me clarify. Gen 545, the 9mm Gen 545.
Oh, okay. So I think with the Gen 545 ACP.
No. So the Gen 5
Yeah,
45.
okay, I got it. Sorry, I thought
Yeah.
you said ACP after it for some reason.
No. I do. So I do love my Glock 21 in 45 ACP and the Glock 30S in 45 ACP.
I thought you
But
said
for
ACP for some reason.
no,
Sure you didn't?
the Gen 5 45, which is
Oh,
the
the
9
Glock 45.
millimeter.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
somehow I placed ACP at the bottom of that.
That's all right.
Into that.
It's the 9 millimeter with a 17 size grip and a 19 muzzle. And I think initially it was because I was really, you know, uh, I could shoot the 19X very well. And I got the 19X mostly because of aesthetics. And then I shot it and I was like, whoa, I can actually shoot this very well. And then I got the Gen 5 45. Then I put together another one. Then I got the shadow systems in the same configuration. And then I was like, whoa, these are awesome. So
I would
now I
like
have
to get
4.
like a 19 bottom and a 17 top.
You can do that. You can
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
I think
There's an OEM one too.
Yeah.
47, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the
So
47?
I'm not sure.
It's one of them, 47 or 48 or
No, I don't think
46.
I don't think it's a 48.
No, not 48. 48's the 43X size. I think it's the 47 with
I'm pretty sure it's a 47.
yeah, 19 size grip and 17. Now, what you could do is with a Gen 5 upper and a Gen 5 19 lower, you could put a Gen 5 17 on a Gen 5 19 lower.
Yeah, but I would like to have a Gen 3. That's the problem.
So you could do that with a Gen 5 barrel. So if you took a Gen 3 19, actually, I could literally do this now. No, because if you used a Gen 5 barrel, you would need a Gen 5 recoil spring,
Yeah,
which wouldn't fit on a Gen 3 slide. So yeah, so
correct.
you would need a Gen 5